Welcome to another edition of The Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie. It's everything about the outdoors. Take it away, guys.
Good morning. Welcome to the Monday edition of The Good Outdoors radio show. I'm Daryl Nichols along with Steve Nichols and Ronnie Colbert. How you doing, guys?
Good morning.
Good morning and dry, unbelievably.
Yes.
Yeah, it was kind of wet Saturday morning.
Yes, it
or
was.
Saturday around 10 o'clock, I think, is when it started on us, something like that.
It's Monday, and it sucks, but by hump day, we'll be forgot about it.
Sunday morning is when the bottom fell out of my house. I haven't seen it rain that hard in a long time. About 7:15, 7:30, it was getting it, son.
The last hoorah of it is what it was.
Yeah, that was it going out. That's exactly right.
We got a lot of rain Saturday and Sunday combined.
Yeah, I was looking at a report. I think it was the Valdosta Airport only reported like a little over an inch and a half of rain.
No, that can't
that
be
was
right.
They didn't have their measuring gauge down at my house.
That was for Saturday.
Saturday, okay.
At the Valdosta Airport. You know,
Yeah.
so I think we got a lot more, and we did in places, I'm sure. But
Well,
it rained down there in Lake Park now.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. You remember when we got that last rain when it rained 9 inches or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
I know how much water was on the ground, and it was. And I know it was still wet a little bit from that, but it was way worse. My neighbor's yard literally was underwater. I mean,
Mine
the
was too.
entire yard. Now, last time it was just in spots, but his entire yard was underwater. Hodges Pond behind my house is. I've never in my life seen it as high. To the point that you talk about the Good Outdoors, Jerry Beckton. I know Daryl probably knows him.
Mm-hmm.
We were leaving the house yesterday, and I got behind him. Him and his buddy was on the golf cart, and they had a big old cooler on the back of the golf cart, and we're riding, following, and all of a sudden I see a fish decide that he wanted to be out of the cooler. He jumped out of the cooler and into the middle of the road. It was a mudfish about, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 pounds, and I pulled up to the side. I said, Jerry, what the heck you doing with a mudfish? He said, man, look in this cooler. He had probably 30 mudfish.
Dang.
And that was probably the smallest one that they had dipped out of the spillway. The mudfish that come over the spillway were down in the ditch. I ain't never in my life seen so many.
Yeah.
And he was trying to find somebody to give them to. And anyway, at any rate, they were enjoying the Good Outdoors. But there's been some rain in Hay Howard, Georgia, son. I'm telling you, I wish I'd have dumped my gauge out, but I don't know how much, but it was because it rained all night long Saturday. Well, from when it started, I think Daryl texted me that the rain had came, and from that point right there, it rained steadily all the way to that last hoorah Sunday morning.
It's just like it was at my house. It rained from the time it started to the time it stopped.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Yeah.
And I'm not in a low spot by any means.
No,
I had
not.
water standing in my yard probably 4 inches deep.
Well, right here at the Valdosta Airport, officially they said it was 1.66 inches Saturday and 0.55 inches Sunday.
I'm not
So a
believing
little
that.
over 2 inches, 2.25 inches of rain.
Well, that may be at the airport.
That's right,
But that
at the
is
airport.
not what happened in Lake Park, I promise you.
That is correct. There was a lot of rain fell, I know that.
Yeah, I'm
Getting
trying
it
to think.
done.
Saturday, I guess it rained. It never got really, really hard. Come to think of it, Saturday. Once it started,
did
it
at the house
just
a few
kept
times.
on. It kept on raining. You know, I guess it rained a little bit hard at a couple of times, but I'm shocked even then to see that it was only an inch recorded there. But
Yep.
I don't know if anybody's got any ideas of how much it did rain. You can let us know.
It's like everywhere else. It'll be spotty in places. The airport may not have got as much.
Yeah.
We could have got as much as 3/4 to an inch more in Lake Park or Hayhire or wherever it's at. You just can't never. You never tell. Can't never
I know it screwed up some people. Trey and Treb.
it screwed us up bad.
It screwed them up. They actually had he posted a picture on the Hunting is Good TV Facebook page that they had him out there. He said he needed about 15 more seconds for him to be in range, and he said just suddenly the bottom fell out. And when you're filming with a camera, that's not good. So he had to sight the camera, and the bird got away, but they were very close. Got good film, good picture of it. And,
I'll tell you what,
it got a lot of people.
on us Saturday morning, we were we I knew this was going to happen. We talked about it. The birds didn't gobble on the roost, for us, and the barometer was dropping. I knew they wasn't going to gobble. So we set up. We didn't do any good that morning. Didn't hear nothing. Took off walking about an hour into our walk. We struck 2 birds, but they just weren't interested. They were henned up. So we took off to the other side of the road. Hadn't been over there, and let me tell you, we run into them, didn't we, Ronnie?
Yes.
There was birds everywhere. Well,
There's deer everywhere.
and deer everywhere. Man, all the animals were moving. But we got back. We was going to set up on some birds. We'd run out of one clear cut into a head of woods, so we'd come around another clear cut. I got out of the truck and they hit my call, and all I did was scratch it and he gobbled. I said, let's go. So we run out there in that clear cut trying to get to them and running deer off left and right. And we're just getting close enough probably to the bird to where we could know where we're going to set up, and it started lightning. I said, it's over, guys. I'm done.
Yeah, that ain't good there, though. That ain't good at all.
Oh, man, that was rough.
Well, did y'all go yesterday after the rain cleared out?
No, I didn't. And the reason I didn't, I thought about it. Matt had asked me if I wanted to go, if I thought it'd be worth it, and I said, no, it's not going to be worth it. Well, everybody I talked to yesterday afternoon said, you made the right choice, buddy. You stayed home.
I was about to say quite the opposite. Everybody, I didn't talk to them, but I saw several Facebook posts where people, when the rain stopped, got up there, and Zach Phillips, Zach, Zach and his girlfriend killed one within minutes of the rain stopping, and then Paul McSwain, buddy his, killed one, and I was just wondering if it just turned a moment. Now Trey, they only saw him. They went in the afternoon when the rain started.
I talked to 4 different people yesterday that went, and every one of them said, man, we didn't hear a bird.
I would have thought that. I would have thought that they wouldn't have. That it would have been tough.
Yeah, it was going to be tough. And besides that, it was going to be wet everywhere. I talked to Dale and Brent Ritz yesterday. They said, "Oh man, we went right after the rain. They said it just wasn't no good." So
better than sitting in the house.
It was. I think I made the right call. I got some honeydews done yesterday. So kind of making up. I told her. I said, "Well, you got me most of the opening weekend of turkey season." I said, "But you ain't gonna have me next weekend." Yeah,
it was probably in a lot of ways, one of the worst turkey openers in recent memory because of the weather.
Yep, the weather got us. Weather got a lot of people. We talked to Kevin Farr with Pecker Wrecker Turkey Calls. I talked to him Saturday. He said they had a bad day, and nothing gobbled on the roost for them either. He said they had his dad out there, and he said they had a bird coming, and a hen came through and took it. And said about an hour later, they had another bird walking down the road, just coming in and coming in. He said he don't know what happened, but this bird decided to circle. His dad's got a disease where he can't move around, had any mobility or nothing.
Parkinson's.
Yep. So he said the bird circled him for some reason and got behind him. And said his daughter could have killed the bird at any point in time, but she didn't want to shoot it because her granddaddy was right there.
Yeah.
He said about the time the bird was going to keep working around to his dad, it started raining and flooding, and the bird just went off.
That bird was trying to get downwind, and wind him is what he was trying to do.
I think so.
Trying to smell him out.
Trying to do. But anyway, it was a good time had by all. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. Me and Ronnie went to the Waffle House Saturday morning before we went out there.
Before you went out there?
Before we went.
Here you go. Early risers there.
Then we went, where else did we go? I can tell it right now because Michelle ain't listening. We went
Old Times.
Yes, sir. And we tore some food up.
You can't have a bad time at Old Times, can you?
Oh, man,
if you can't find something to eat at Old Times, you're sick.
And man,
I don't think we'd quite recover from breakfast though, because me, you, either one ate a bunch.
We didn't eat a whole lot, did we?
Yeah, to go to the Waffle House and the Old Times all within the breakfast lunch span, that's tough. It takes a man to do that.
I think next time Matt goes, they're gonna weigh him in and out though.
Hey, come on,
they got his money's worth.
No more food for you.
Julie, nah, you eat like well. You'll be here 5 hours.
You eat like Grizzly Bow.
It was a good time had by a lot of people, and I enjoyed it. I did. We were sitting there Saturday morning in the Waffle House eating them, and 2 guys come in, sat down behind us. They said, looked over at Ronnie. Ronnie was facing them and said, hey, man, what's your name?
Leroy.
Said, Ronnie. He said, I thought that's who you were. He said, you guys on that radio show I listen to every day. I saw the truck out there with a Good Outdoors sticker on it, and I seen the Eagle All Over repair hat on, and so we kind of introduced ourselves. They said, man, y'all need to talk about fishing some. I said, well, you need to call in.
Talk about fishing. We do talk about fishing.
Turned out it was Richard Peterson, and him and his buddy was going fishing Saturday morning, and he did send up a couple of pictures too.
He did, and they caught some.
Yeah, they caught a few fish.
And he was glad the turkey boys were in the woods.
That's right.
And not on the lake.
Oh, is that the one? Is that him that posted the bass? He had a nice bass. A good-looking pond he was at, too, with them cypress trees in the back.
Yes, sir.
But the fish must be biting down in the Gulf, too, because Brett Voigt, he keeps posting some nice speckled trout.
He did.
And I've had a negative opinion of taking my time. Not negative opinion, but I haven't been fired up about going down there trout fishing because I've always the few times I went, I guess I didn't know what I was doing. But we caught kind of small fish. But Brett Voigt has posted 2 separate trips he's had recently with some fine speckled trout. I mean, some big ones. And maybe I'll call old Brett and say, hey, you remember me? We went to school together.
You got to go pretty regular to know where they're at.
I think Brett must go pretty regular because he sure had some fine
About
ones.
lives down there.
Yeah.
He's going to be fishing or hunting somewhere all the time.
He got that.
I start to say every weekend, but he's liable to do it during the week most
He
times,
got that, honestly, from his daddy Al, that's for sure. Al
from his
Voigt
granddaddy.
loves
It
to fish.
just definitely went through every generation of that family.
That's what it's all about, passing it down. The Voigts they're doing their part just like we are. So.
And Brett's doing his, too. He keeps his kids in the outdoors.
Yeah.
Sure enough.
Yes, sir, they sure do.
Well, I tell you, turkey season, it lasts for several weeks, so I'm sure everybody will be out there again this weekend and during the week. I know a few guys that have taken off a few days to go do it. So,
well, I'm going this morning.
That's right. I forgot about you.
But you got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
And I'm off all day Friday, but I don't have to go into work till about 10 o'clock.
I remember you telling me, and I looked
so.
over there. When I walked in, I saw, why ain't he in his CJB uniform?
Yeah, CJB changed the uniforms, didn't they?
That's bull crap, right? He ain't even invite us to go.
CJB has changed the uniform just for turkey season.
Yeah, they have. Hey, let's hit this call right quick.
Why don't you answer it?
Good morning, caller. You on the Good Outdoors?
Good morning, fellas.
What's up, Blake?
What's going on?
I bet you $5 Blake did not do any turkey hunting this weekend.
I bet all he did all weekend was work.
What'd you do this weekend, Blake?
Went turkey hunting.
What? Curveball.
I lose
Swinging
$5.
No, not turkey hunting in the woods.
Oh, would you lights and all, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You went to Harvey's.
Did you catch any of them?
Yeah, I rode a couple of turkeys this weekend.
I hear
They
you.
don't know what the speed limit is, do they?
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah, I hear you.
How many tickets
They do now.
How many tickets on an average weekend do you think you write for speeding?
Depends.
Or let me put it this way. Let me back up. How many people do you clock speeding that you could write a ticket to, and you either let them go or
it's raining too hard to get out,
or you were listening to the Good Outdoors and didn't want to be interrupted? But how many could you write if you wanted to?
I could probably write anywhere from 70 to 90 a month.
70 to 90 a month. Good
Wow.
Lord.
There's some people in a hurry, ain't there?
Slow down, people.
And see, if I come through there once a day, he could add 30 more to it.
God,
he's definitely doing his part.
I mean, I don't know if you've ever come through, but there's speed limits on both sides, east and west.
Yeah.
And they all say, "Oh, it is."
Yeah, well.
That's because you're going too fast.
He's definitely doing his part for the town's economy, I'm sure.
There you go. We appreciate what you do, Blake. Appreciate it, man.
Hey, buddy, we got to hit a break. We'll talk to you soon, all right?
All right, I appreciate y'all.
Thanks, man.
You listen to the Good Outdoors. We're going to take a break. Be back here in about 3 minutes.
Here we go again. Every time there's a food plot to be planted, Daryl's nowhere to be found. You see him, Ronnie?
He's probably in the truck eating a dang sandwich.
I'm sitting right here by this tree and they don't even see me.
Man, that Real Tree AP was designed to blend hunters with their surroundings, not hide them when it's time to work.
I'm so hidden the scooters can't even find me.
Okay, Daryl, come on. We got to get this stuff planted.
What's that? Hey, stop it.
Real Tree. It's so real, a coyote might pee on it.
Serves you right, you slacker.
The grill might be in storage, but that's what campfires are for. And the backyard party is on hiatus, but that's because everyone is tailgating. Only the seasons change, tastes don't, and when you've got Bud Light Lime, you don't need summer to have a good time. It's the superior drinkability of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor. Look for a Bud Light Lime and find your summer state of mind anytime. It's in the lime. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Lime flavored beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
What in the world is that noise?
Sounds like the transmission's about to come out of my truck.
Transmission? Sounds like Alien versus Predator under there. Let's get it to Ronnie at Eagle Auto Repair.
Ronnie, I got a problem.
Problem? It sounded like Superman fighting the Incredible Hulk.
No, it was worse than that.
Come on, man. This is for real. I ain't got the money to be fixing no big problem.
Chill out, dude. You're at Eagle Auto Repair. You know we'll fix it right and as inexpensive as we can. We only use quality parts, and my guys are some of the best trained technicians in town.
Yeah, but can they stop a fight between Godzilla and King Kong? Because I'm betting that's what they're going to find under there.
Eagle Auto Repair.
321 1 Lakes Boulevard, Lake Park, Georgia.
Jones Welding and Industrial Supply has been serving South Georgia and North Florida for over 3 decades. With 9 locations in the South, Jones Welding and Industrial Supply is a full-line distributor for all welding and industrial supplies. The Jones mission is to provide quality products at a competitive price in order to supply the best service available. Jones Welding and Industrial Supply has built a reputation for good, honest, old-fashioned service. For a location near you, visit www.joneswelding.com. Jones Welding and Industrial Supply is a proud supporter of the good outdoors. It's that time of year. People everywhere will be scrambling to find somebody to take care of filing their taxes. Fast Tax and Bookkeeping at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q has a quick turnaround time and the knowledge to prepare your taxes properly, making sure you are getting what's due. With $25 1040 EZ filings, electronic refunds in a flash, military and college student discounts, and fast and friendly service, drop by and see Lisa Griffiths and the gang at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q, or give them a call at 229-253-0181 to schedule an appointment.
So you need a car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Midway Auto Emporium at 4189 Bemis Road, Valdosta, Georgia. Cameron and Melissa Tucker has been serving the Valdosta area for over 7 years now. They are a family-owned and operated local business with hometown values and still believe in handshake deals. With a great selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, with a Carfax report on every one of them, along with bank financing at all credit levels and interest rates as low as 1.85% with approved credit. 4189 Bemis Road, or visit their website at midwayautoemporium.com.
You're listening to The Good Outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun.
Welcome back to The Good Outdoors. Hey, we want to give a special shout out this morning to Kevin Webb. His son and his nephew. His son killed his first bird Saturday morning. He was the first one to post to The Good Outdoors.
Winner of a brand spanking new thermostat.
Not just one turkey.
2.
But they got 2. So they had a good morning. Of course, you know, it was I can't remember what county, Pulaski? I don't remember what county they were in.
I don't know. I don't know if he needs to win that thing or not after what I saw Saturday. He may need to keep it.
Yeah, man, the skeeters were bad though, wasn't it?
They were horrible.
But, yeah, he gets a thermocell and T-shirt, so we got to get that mailed out to him today. And we'll let you and Steve, since y'all going to spend some time together today, and let y'all take care of that one while you're down there.
It didn't take him long to shirt that task, did it?
I have a thermocell. I have the thermocell in the truck as we speak.
And let me tell you, now Ronnie was touched on it for a second, but the mosquitoes were out Saturday morning, wasn't it?
Swarming.
Man, I'm glad I had my thermocell. Matt sprayed down. He looked like he was just soaking wet because he sprayed down. He didn't have a thermocell. And they were tearing me up. Even though I had my thermocell, they were still biting me.
Yeah, they only bit me on my hands.
Really?
I had gloves on. They only bit me on my fingers. That was it.
I was trying to, get us a turkey so Matt could post it to Facebook so we could win it so I could have 2 next time I win. Man, I tell you.
You can never have enough thermocells.
I need one on each side. They were, man, it was just swarms and swarms and swarms of them. I reckon all that rain we just had, but it was out there, man.
Yeah, I think it's going to be one of the worst mosquito seasons we've ever had.
And they were healthy
due to the timing of the rain.
And then we had another bird killed. We had one bird killed at our hunting club this weekend. It was killed by Gary Rowe. We put a picture up on there. Jay Bird's holding it up. Very nice little bird, but 9-inch beard. Looks like maybe 7/8 inch spurs. Nice bird.
Mm-hmm.
And they said there wasn't much going on there either. And me and Ronnie and Matt heard one shot, and it was right across the river from us.
I heard more than that.
Well, I'm talking about when we were first sitting down.
Yeah.
And these people, this bird never gobbled. We were close enough we could actually hear it.
Like I said, he'll probably never gobble again.
Nah. But they had to have him on the roost. They had to have that bird roosted, and flew right down to him. But whatever it takes, I wish we could have had something roosted.
Yeah, that's always a help. It's not an automatic, but that's the thing. That's the big difference. We were talking and discussing. Is it easier to kill a turkey or a deer last week? That's one of the other factors there that I forgot to mention is that turkey will make a sound, a gobble, and you hear him, so he's there. That don't mean it's going to be a slam dunk, but it has narrowed it down tremendously because he's there. So that's another thing in your favor. Then it's just a matter of getting to him. But roosting them the evening before, man, I tell you, that's exciting because you get there. You put him to bed is what we call it. You put him to bed and you go home and you try to go to bed knowing that big thing. You probably get your daydream. You think, man, that joker's got 2-inch spurs and 17-inch beard. I know it. And you just
I bet we saw one Saturday. It was close to that.
Let me tell you,
strategy.
We did. We were riding around. We rode around a clear cut over there, and we'd come up on 4, 5, 6 birds. Yeah. There were 6 birds. I think 4 gobblers, one of them had a dang paintbrush. So his body was huge. He looked like he weighed 30 pounds. He's one of the biggest birds I think I've really ever seen.
He's probably one of the biggest ones I've ever seen.
Was he strutting?
No, he was not strutting.
He wasn't no big hurry to get away from us.
No, he wasn't. That's what made me just realize how big this bird. I could have poked a shotgun out and went and shot him.
Yeah,
Several
times.
He was close. Yeah,
he was close. He wasn't that scared, but he was big, wasn't he? And he had an absolute paintbrush, and that's one we were going back after. You know, once we bumped him like that in the truck, we were going to set up on him when the lightning come. I don't know.
He may meet his demise in the next couple of weeks.
He's going to be hunted hard. I can tell you that. He's going to be. I'm going to get after him.
And I'm going to tell you, there were a couple more with him that weren't. They weren't little bitty boys either.
No, they wasn't.
I tell you, we call them Volkswagens when you ride along and you see them in the field strutting, you know, or something. They look like big old Volkswagens. They look huge when they strut. But
they look like that super bug.
Yeah, they do.
That fin on the back.
It is exciting to see that, see them old big strutters come out there and puff up like that, man. And
that's what made me, really notice this bird. Was he wasn't strutting. He was running. He was running down the road. He wasn't blowed up or nothing.
I wouldn't call it running.
No, he was
trotting.
Lollygagging.
Yeah,
he had a big waddle to him.
He had a little tiny sense of urgency, but not extreme. I mean, he wasn't trying to break his neck to get out of there.
But if he'd have heard that boom, he'd have put it in high gear.
I bet he wouldn't have, because if he'd heard the boom, he missed it.
He broke off to the left. The rest of them went straight, and we just kind of moseyed on and tried to get in front of
them.
See,
y'all had them separated. That ain't a bad thing.
Had him cut out.
Yeah, if the weather would have held up, y'all might could have got on him.
If we'd have been team pinning, that would have been great.
That's
right. Tell you what, we saw deer. Just one right after the other, just huge. Walked up on what, 3?
Yeah, walked up on 3 just for the
vibrate.
And we probably saw, I don't know, we said what, around 10 deer?
Yeah, at least.
And then we got through eating at Old Times and got on the interstate right there going towards Lake Park and looking at that field on the right. And at 12 o'clock, there was 2 deer out there feeding in that field.
That weather, I guess, had them up rolling
Had them stirring around.
But animals was out, man. We had a good weekend.
Why don't y'all give us a call and tell us what you saw or what you did this weekend? What's the number?
229-253-0995. That's what the number is.
We want to know what you did in the good outdoors this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got a I got a bad thing to report this morning. There was a murder at my house this weekend.
One of your chickens?
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to. I don't know really no other way to talk about this, but you're involved in it, Daryl.
Oh, I did it.
No, you didn't do it.
What in the world?
Start to say he's. I
get. Where was I at, Ronnie?
I got your back.
Right.
I think it was Friday evenings when the murder took place. Best I can recollect and reconstruct.
I was at your house on the golf cart with the kids.
Yes, you were.
I got up Saturday morning and I went outside, and my 2 little prize chickens. I don't know what kind they are, but they're black and they got feathers on their feet. So I'm sure y'all have seen that variety of them.
Hippie chickens.
Hippie chickens.
like
bell bottoms on. But, so I go in there and I immediately know that I go outside and I keep them in the barn there, and the barn door when I walk out of my house headed over there is wide open. Well, immediately my heart sunk because once I saw that, I didn't expect the chickens to be in there. But I go in there, and there is one in there, along with about 10 million feathers, where the other one was
Did he have blood on him?
Brutally murdered. The chicken, the live chicken? Mm-hmm. No, it wasn't him.
He wasn't holding a weapon. But
the other one, there was blood everywhere, and he was massacred. Okay.
Really?
Yeah. So I went back in, and I went in there to interrogate the children to find out who left the barn door open, because they were obviously an accessory to murder. So, by deductive reasoning,
you figured out that it wasn't me is the one that did it.
Well, no, this is when I went in there. I said, now I'm gonna make this comment to y'all, and I already know the answer. Nobody knows who left the barn door open, but I'm gonna tell you, y'all left the barn door open, and as a result, one of my chickens is dead. All right.
Poor thing.
So I went back in and I collected myself and fixed me some coffee, and they all came out there.
A napkin.
And Friday evening they were all fishing on the deck. Okay, and the reason Daryl's involved is because Alexis and Madison had came over and was enjoying the weekend with us, and they were all out there fishing. Charlie and C.L. Harris's boy Cooper, he had come over too, and they all had went back in the house. Alexis had went in the house. Caden had went in the house.
Does chicken liver for fish bait come in here anywhere?
And Madison was left out on the dock. She was fishing and wasn't wanting to give up catching fish. So she was the last one out there, and the evidence points that when Madison went and did the right thing and put the fishing tackle back in the barn, she left the door open. So by virtue of the investigation, Madison is an accessory to the murder of the chicken. And I believe since she's a minor, I believe since she's a minor, that her dad is going to be responsible.
I'm going to get her a lawyer for this.
And I think,
but she's accessory to murder, but she still didn't commit the murder. She just made the mistake. Who committed the murder?
I'm not going to criminally charge her. I'm going to sue her for gross negligence.
Well, that means she'll get 5 years instead of life.
No. I'm not.
You're really going to get something out of suing us.
She's
you're going to hit her up in a civil suit.
Exactly, and I'm willing to settle out of court if her daddy will agree
to buy you a chicken
to take me on a turkey hunt. That's all I'm asking.
That's easy.
I think there's no sense in involving the court system when we can settle this right here, right now on the radio. And all he's got to do is agree to call me up a turkey somewhere. But he is the one that's got to find me a place to go, and he's got to do the calling. I don't have to kill one.
You hear what he said? All you got to do is agree to take him. Didn't say you got to take him. Said you got to agree to take him.
I'll do you one better than that. I will agree to take you, and I will take you on a turkey hunt. I will do all the calling, and you can film it. Meet me right at daylight at the red light in Hayhire.
Where are we going to go?
Right there at the red light in Hayhire. No, I will take you on a turkey hunt just because my daughter made a mistake.
Well, I'm not. It was a mistake.
Just because you think that. I mean, you have no physical evidence, but just because you think she made a mistake, I will take you to.
Don't make Steve pull out and get the CSI crime group.
I think I like my chances if I can get it in front of a jury. I believe that they would. I believe they would side with me.
I guarantee you, man.
I
didn't do it.
I've got some mighty strong witnesses.
This is how the Hatfield and McCoy stuff started, boys. Over some pigs.
That's right.
You're right.
Let's nip this in the bud now.
Well, it ain't gonna start over those stupid chickens with feathers on his feet. I can tell you that now.
Oh yeah, we'll go turkey hunting. We'll go one in the morning this week. If you want
I'm just trying to wrangle my way. It's worth a dead chicken to get a turkey hunt, especially when you got 7 more.
Truth, he probably massacred the chicken himself.
Probably so. Hey, we got to take a break this morning. We'll be right back here on the Good Outdoors. Thanks for listening, everybody.
There's only one place in Valdosta if you want the freshest seafood in town. It's Bubba Jack's Crab Shack at 1700 West Hill Avenue. They got wild Georgia shrimp cooked about any way you could want it. Fried, peel and eat, grilled or buffalo style. They got a Wednesday night oyster special at $7.99 a dozen, and that ain't no mistake. $7.99 a dozen, Wednesday night only. Bring the kids with you, and if they don't eat seafood, get them some chicken tender baskets or hamburger hot dog. And do not forget to try the fresh cut, hand-dipped onion rings at Bubba Jack's Crab Shack, 1700 West Hill Avenue, Valdosta. Val Optics on Patterson Street in Valdosta, Georgia has been providing 1-hour service for 25 years. From eyeglass repair to eye exams conducted by one of 2 on-site optometrists, Val Optics is there for all of your eyesight concerns. There is no need for an appointment and most insurances are accepted. Val Optics also accepts outside prescriptions. So if you need eyeglass repair or an eye exam, stop by Val Optics at 601 North Patterson Street, Valdosta, Georgia. 25 years in business says it all. Service. It's a very simple word, but you'd think it's French. At Deep South Sanitation, our service will never be questioned. We are there when we say we'll be there. If there's a couple extra bags by the can, we pick it up. Deep South Sanitation don't care if the lid won't close. All the more reason to dump it. If you're elderly or disabled, the Deep South Sanitation team will get your can, dump it, and put it back. If trash blew out, we don't leave it, we pick it up. Keep the money you pay for sanitation services local by supporting Deep South Sanitation, a locally owned business. Call Carrie Scarborough today at Deep South Sanitation, 229-559-0200.
Moss Trim Shop is Valdosta's oldest automotive upholstery shop. From automotive to marine upholstery to convertible and vinyl top. Moss Trim Shop can cover all your sewing needs. Locally owned and operated by Bobby Brantley, Moss Trim Shop become Valdosta's oldest and best in the upholstery business by being a dependable, service-oriented, and on-time with your project. So if you have an automotive or marine upholstery need, stop by Moss Trim Shop at 733 East Hill Avenue or give them a call at 229-242-8544.
So how you do it, son?
Hey, Ronnie, you know how much people love Austin's Cattle Company?
How much do they love Austin? More than Charlie Daniels loves shredding a fiddle.
That's right. Everybody loves Austin's freshly hand-cut steaks. These award-winning steaks are cooked to perfection and served sizzling hot. Austin's Cattle Company was voted best steak, best hamburger, and best sports bar in Valdosta by you. So when you get a hankering for a hot heaping helping of our delicious baby back ribs, shrimp, chicken, prime rib, seafood, or world-famous steaks, head on down to exit 16 off I-75. Austin's. It's an addiction you never have to quit.
Austin, an addiction that you never have to quit.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun, talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie.
Welcome back to the Good Outdoors. Let me tell you, the gun debate is heavy in the news this weekend, isn't it? Man,
I didn't really know. I didn't really look at the news too much. Enlighten us, brother.
Both sides of the gun debate make appeals. The two loudest voices in the gun debate, and that would be Michael Bloomberg.
Oh, really?
And Wayne LaPierre.
Well, that'd be I did see it. I did see something that Bloomberg had an ad out, but that's as far as I got with it.
He spent like $12 million for mayors against illegal guns to run television ads and phone banks in 13 states, urging voters to tell their senators to pass legislation requiring universal background checks for gun buyers. He is just.
Hold on a minute. Universal background checks for gun owners. What does that mean?
I don't know. There's supposed to be a lot of that already in effect.
I thought it was universal now, or is he talking about private purchases? Probably
a lot to do with private purchases.
Huh. Well,
and he is all over the news. I mean, they're all in it. You know, and Obama still about every other speech he does, he urges everybody to vote on assault weapons ban. He's still after a ban on assault weapons. Obama is. He's still after it. I hope he doesn't get it, but you guys got to watch out. Congress.org, that's where you need to go to voice your opinion.
He's going to keep preaching that because he don't want to lose his constituency, the ones that voted for him based on that. He's not going to want to lose that, you know. So,
but you know what ticks me off the most is now the media. The mainstream media is just horrendous. I hate them. I can't stand it. Wow. Because every single shooting or everything that occurs, accidental or not, is in the damn news now, and I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
It happens every day. This didn't happen last year when Chicago hit over one murder per day for the entire year. You didn't see that in the news every single day unless you lived in Chicago. Most times you didn't see it then.
Probably didn't even see it then.
No. But now every single little thing that happens, good or bad, well, no, bad. They don't post the good. Very little to good. That you have just as many good things happen with a gun every day as you do bad. People stop getting stopped by someone with a gun every day, but you don't see that.
I would venture to say, and there's no evidence, I believe there's probably on a daily basis more good that happens with a gun than bad.
I imagine so. Just a couple of months ago, the man in Texas that went up to this he stumbled across these people doing something wrong. The law was there. Well, he shot him at a long distance with a pistol, shot the bad guy, for the daggum police. But I had to dig and dig and dig to find out. It was on like the third page of the news. You don't see the good stuff. That's wrong. It makes me mad.
It's ridiculous. It's out of control, man. It really is. This is what gets me. $13 million you said he spent.
Yep.
What would $13 million do
for the economy?
For people that are hungry.
Yeah.
You see these ads where $21 a month feeds a kid.
Yep.
For the month.
Yep.
Divide $13 million by 21.
Yes, sir.
You sitting there worried about a daggum gun control bill that's scientifically proven to be freaking useless.
Yep.
And you want to spend $13 million on it. What a monumental waste of money.
Yep.
He ought to be ashamed of himself. The people of New York ought to be ashamed of themselves for voting him in. He spends all this money on guns and 32-ounce guzzler sodas at the fountain, sugar and donuts and stuff like
Cigarettes.
that. Take your daggum money and do something positive with it, you freaking idiot.
That's right. Amen.
Golly, man, I'm about to get pissed up in here.
Amen. Hey, let's take this call. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors.
Did y'all see where, I believe it was in Texas, the woman, she rides the train back and forth to work, and she always carries a gun in her purse, and when she's on the train, after the train, she has to walk a good way, and she always keeps her hand on the gun.
Yep.
Well, after she gets off the train, she's walking. This guy comes, snatches her purse, takes off running. Well, she happens to look down and see that she still has a gun in her hand, so she fired 6 shots at him. Of course, killed him.
Good.
In court, judge asked her, "Oh, ma'am, why'd you shoot him 6 times?" She said, "Well, the 7th time it just went click."
Amen. Yeah. Heck yeah.
Amen.
And she got off too. She was not prosecuted. Yep. That's right.
Yeah.
Defend your property ought to be a God-given right.
Exactly right. Hey, we appreciate you calling in this morning.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It is. It's
look what happened in Brunswick. You heard about that last week.
Oh yeah.
You know, just a woman with her
down
child
on Norwich
right
Street, right in the people. This happened This happened in a situation about like downtown Valdosta, where the old courthouse is, the business square there, where the theater is, the old theater is. Picture that, and then keep in mind what Daryl's fixing to tell you.
Yeah, this lady was walking down the street pushing her, if I'm not mistaken, it was less than 18-month-old son.
Yep.
And pushing him in a stroller down the street, and 2 young thugs walked up there and said, "I want some money." She said, "I don't have any money."
17 and 14.
When you have children, you spend all your money on them. Well, they shot her in the knee, shot her again and grazed her ear, then walked around in front of the stroller and shot the child.
In the face.
In the face. Now, you know what? They don't need the kind of justice they're going to get in the justice system. They need their ass shot in the face by somebody like her. That's what she wants. Now, I'm sick of that. It's pathetic.
Thank God they caught them. They did get them. You know, so
they did get them. And the family,
but they'll be in the prison system for the rest of their life.
Yeah, why? They don't deserve that.
They don't deserve that. They need to line up against a wall and shoot
I don't know that the 14-year-old will be in the prison system the rest of his life,
Probably
even
not.
though he should
Probably
be.
not.
Now, let's take this call right quick. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors.
How y'all doing?
Good, man. How about you?
Doing good. I'm glad y'all talking about all this gun crap, man. They need to quit wasting this money and actually, like y'all said, feed the kids.
Yeah, do something positive with that money instead of wasting it on something that does absolutely no good to society. You might as well take $13 million, stick it in a campfire, and burn it. It do more good that way. At least you're getting the heat off of it.
Yeah, y'all heard about the government buying up all these weapons and ammunition, wasting more money.
Oh yeah.
And buying all these vaccines and stuff. Like Korea's gonna do something.
Yeah. We all we need to do is push one button on Korea. They're not a threat to us.
Yep. Well, one button.
Yes,
I got that right.
You turn it to glass instantly.
That's right. Hey, we
appreciate you calling.
All right, y'all have a good one.
All right.
Yeah, North Korea, that's Japan and China's problem. We shouldn't be spending one dime on that crap there. And I don't know, man. It's this monumental waste, and it's not. It's even above the money you're wasting. It's what you're wasting it on. You know. But we got another call coming in. We're going to take the call. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors. How are you?
How y'all doing this morning, guys?
We riled up. Need a bucket of water to throw on ourselves.
I see, man. Y'all mad at that catfish up to a Georgia pine tree?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, man. I think they should bring back the old fire squad. That's my
yes,
penalty,
sir.
Yep.
Amen.
A gun control crime. Then while they bring back something like that, they can set an example.
Yep.
Yeah, I believe they ought to sit in a cell overnight.
If you're gonna die by a gun, by using a gun, it might cut down some of the violence.
Yep. They need to let these guys sit in a cell overnight knowing they're going to be shot in the face the next morning.
Yep.
Hell, $13 million, it probably costs about $1,000 to stock up enough rounds for the people that's going to actually commit the crime.
You right. About $1,000 to take care of us for 25 years. You right. That's exactly right.
Man.
Good point.
I just had a call in. I've been listening to y'all for a good little minute now. And I got me a little gobbler this past Saturday.
Good job. Good job. Did you call him in off?
About 22 pounds, I think.
Did you call him in off the roost, or did you strike him?
Nah, he struck off the call the first. He gobbled the first, about 30 minutes I was out there, and it started raining over here in Worth County. So, oh man, I went ahead and shot him. I was gonna wait on the bigger one, but I went ahead and took him in with me.
Hey, you get 2 more. I'd have shot him too.
Yeah, I know, man. But I mean, I'll probably wait a couple of days and go out there and sit down on the plot and see what's going on.
That's right.
10-4. Let us know how you do, man.
All right, man. I sure will. Y'all take it easy now.
All right, you too. Yeah, I tell you, man, it makes you wonder. The Congress passed a budget. The Senate passed a budget for the first time in 4 years. They passed it 50-49. That was the vote. The House passed their budget. They've passed several budgets. I think every year in the past 4 years they've passed a budget, but it died there because the Senate couldn't ever pass one. Now they've got one passed by a slim margin. And the two bills are so far apart that they'll never, ever get it together. So I don't know what's going to happen with this country. I really don't. We don't have a budget. We just keep writing checks. Imagine that luxury that you would have, people, to be able to just write checks all month with no repercussions. The bank's going to cover it. Don't worry about it. The bank will cover the check. Just keep writing them. You look at your bank account and you got $5 in it. And you decide, hey, turkey season's coming up. I'm going to go down there to Gander Mountain or T3 Outdoors or Academy or wherever you're going to go, and I'm going to buy $300 worth of turkey hunting stuff. And it's fine because you're just going to write a check. The bank's going to cover it. Puts you $305 in the hole. Well, my light bill's due. No problem. I'm going to write a check for it. Mm-hmm. You have no worries. It's like having unlimited funds, and there's no recourse.
We can go to jail for writing a bad check.
You dang right.
They can't.
Nope. When we write a bad check, you get jail, you get all these fees. I mean, you know what I mean? They make sure we don't do what the government does.
Here's something to think about, and we got a break coming up in a minute. But we were talking about these thugs probably going to spend the rest of their lives in jail.
Mm-hmm.
You want to fix the economy?
Mm-hmm.
Start dragging them out and shooting them like we used to. Let's bring back capital punishment.
You dang right. How much does it cost to house one inmate?
Yeah, that's what we got.
I bet you wouldn't even want to know.
We have capital punishment now, but from the time they get found guilty, it's 18 to 20 years before we do it.
There's too many appeals.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. Which now I believe in the appeal process. Don't get me wrong, but
I do too. If you've got some really, really good evidence.
But this guy's standing up there. I did it. I shot him in the face. Really?
Yeah.
Well, give him a damn appeal.
Yeah. Right. You're dead in the morning.
Yep. You're right.
Yeah, get me riled up.
That ought to be controversial.
Yeah, I'll come back in just a minute when we come back and tell you what states have which death penalties. I got that pulled up, ready to go, so we're going to see which one's the best.
That ought to be interesting. We'll check back with you here in about 3 minutes, and we'll go right over that list. You listen to The Good Outdoors on 99.5.
With over 40,000 machines in the field, the pro's choice is Dixie Chopper. Be a pro. Buy a chopper. Built right here in America with one simple goal. Build a mower that cuts more grass and doesn't break when you use it. Be a pro. Buy a chopper. With Chopper's price, performance, and reliability guarantee, make the smart choice. Be a pro. Buy a chopper.
The grill might be in storage, but that's what campfires are for. And the backyard party is on hiatus, but that's because everyone is tailgating. Only the seasons change, tastes don't, and when you've got Bud Light Lime, you don't need summer to have a good time. It's the superior drinkability of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor. Look for a Bud Light Lime and find your summer state of mind anytime. It's in the lime. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Lime flavored beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
We're running out of time. We're drawing the line. This is our battle cry.
Huntin' is Good TV is an action-packed hunting show with a mission to secure our hunting heritage. Join Steve Nichols, Trey Weatherington, and Neil Armati each week as they hunt across the U.S. and Canada with pro athletes, actors, wounded warriors, kids, and regular old Joes who know hunting is good. Huntin' is Good TV airs on Pursuit Channel and is available on Dish Network Channel 240 and DirecTV Channel 604. For more info, visit huntingisgoodtv.com and follow on Facebook at facebook.com/HIG TV show. You can also use your high-speed internet connection to watch online by logging on to filmon.com at the airtimes posted on our website. And remember, hunting is good.
This is our battle cry.
So Dawson, is Dad still ill about you calling him out on his shooting ability?
I don't think so, but I have seen him on the range a lot more lately.
Dad always says practice makes perfect.
That's what he says, but I don't think it works for adults.
Why do you say that?
Well, from the look of the scorecard, it's making it worse.
Dawson, bring me some more shotgun shells.
Okay, Dad.
If you need some practice, come by Southwind Clays and Quail on the Quitman Highway just past the river headed towards Quitman. With a top-notch clubhouse, a 5-stand, sporting clays range, as well as a rifle and pistol range, Southwind has what you need to succeed. World-class quail hunting is also available with some of the finest bird dogs around.
Dad sure shoots a lot.
Yeah, if he keeps this up, Mom's gonna be mad.
Why is that?
Because he's spending all Mom's shopping money on shotgun shells.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun, talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie.
Welcome back to the Good Outdoors. We even got old Daryl Sample Jr. right up in here this morning.
He just said a wordy dirt over there.
Man.
Holy moly.
Like the mother of all dirty words.
Yes, in honor of Daryl Sample Jr., we got to touch on a little NASCAR this weekend. Yeah. Kyle Busch won the race, but Honey, what do you call it? What do I call him? Whiny Baby Boo Boo Stewart is at it again, and I tell you what, I was trying to like the guy, and this just icing on the cake. I will never like him. He gets mad at Joey Logano for blocking him.
I'm glad he busted him in the mouth.
Busted who in the mouth?
He busted Logano in the mouth.
Okay, why? He was totally
Logano
out of line.
is a little smart. Beep.
Okay, yeah. he cussed him. This is what is just riles me up about Stewart. He is such a whiny ding dong. He got mad at Logano for blocking him. That's why he's mad at him. He blocked him on the restart. Tony, Logano had a fast car. He had one of the fastest cars on the track all day. You came in 22nd. Your car sucked.
Because of the block. Tony Stewart had a heck of a car. He had a good car. He was up front for a reason.
He gets blocked with what? How many laps to go?
11.
He gets blocked.
Did you watch
11
the race
laps to
or
go.
did you see this on the news?
I watched the end of the race. There was no way Tony Stewart was going to win. Kyle Busch was faster. Hamlin was faster. Logano was faster all day long. He blocks him. He comes in 22nd, and then this is what really riles me up. He called him a spoiled little rich kid. Tony, you're a spoiled little rich kid. Look in the mirror, ding dong. Do you remember where you came from? Your daddy's worth about $11 million. And Joey Logano's a spoiled little rich kid? Come on, man.
Joey's daddy must have $20 million.
I tell you, I can't stand it no more. And people give him a pass. People give him a pass. It's ridiculous.
I'll tell you this. I lost absolutely all respect I may have ever had for Joey Logano yesterday.
Yep, I did too.
From one comment that he made after the race about Denny Hamlin.
Yep.
He said he got what he deserved.
And the boy left in an ambulance.
And was flown to a
hold
hospital.
back up. Do you know why he left in the helicopter? Because of traffic. He was this. It was all precautionary.
About the helicopter.
He was precautionary. He's not even hurt.
He must have been hurt pretty good if he got out of the car and laid down on the asphalt.
Yeah, he did. No, he ain't hurt. Joe Gibbs said he's fine. Get the wind knocked out of him. Suck it up. I've had the wind knocked out of me 100 times.
But to say something like that, not knowing, really, you got what you deserve? Really?
Yeah, boy hit that wall a ton.
What if he'd have been hurt? What if he'd actually been hurt and Joey Logano's up there? Well, he got what he deserved.
I could care less about Joey Logano. I don't care. I don't have an opinion. All I know is I'm tired of hearing Tony Stewart whine every week when it don't go his way.
I got a feeling Joey Logano's got a few bad days on the track.
Well, he does, because even every announcer that you listened to yesterday, every racer that you listened to, and even now, Steve, I got to say this. Who was it? Casey Kane. They said tweeted yesterday afternoon after Tony Stewart's little interview. They said, I think Tony said it all and sums it up perfectly. So the drivers agree with him. But, I don't know what I do. Now, Joey Logano leaned way too much on Denny Hamlin. Every announcer out there, every racer said Denny gave him plenty of room, and he come up there and wrecked them pretty much both.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but if his last thing, Dale Earnhardt used to do it week in and week out,
but not wrecking people like that.
If
he would lean on somebody, he wouldn't wreck them. Now, if he come up behind them, he'd wreck them. Yeah. Tony Stewart could have spun him out at any time yesterday on the restart and chose not to.
I just think it's hilarious. Every weekend, somebody says something about, I'll get him back next weekend. They say that, but they get a pass for saying that. But for a simple play on words, when someone says he got what he deserved, what's the freaking difference? Come on. When you say I'm gonna get him next weekend, they're gonna try to wreck him and run him into the wall, and he could die. What is the freaking difference? Really? It just drives me nuts, man. That's why I don't really get into it, because of the stupidity of the whole thing, man.
Sounds like he's pretty into it right now.
I watch it simply because of the entertainment. It is entertaining, and there ain't no doubt about that.
I tell you what, that was the best race to me of the year, of the season yesterday, because
I'll agree with that.
The last 20 laps, there was a lot of passing. And
I'll
look
agree
at Dale,
with that.
Look at Dale Jr. Dale Jr. run up front mainly all day long.
My heart was all a flutter yesterday.
Then he was coming back. He fell backwards, but he jumped in there in the pits, got some tires, and shot forward, son.
He's now leading the points.
Who cares about Junior?
Shot forward.
He's leading the points.
Yeah, for now.
Yeah.
They ain't really started racing yet.
Oh no, it's still a long way to go. But I tell you, it was the best race I've seen any of, and I've watched a lot of them. But it's the best race I've seen so far this year.
Yep, I agree with that. It was a very good race. I was glued to it watching the end of it.
Kyle Busch deserved to win. He had a good car.
I can't stand Kyle Busch. I can't stand him.
I can't.
He's
stand
another
him.
whiner.
He knew what he was doing. He was watching them.
It ain't about the personality. It's about who can man that steering wheel, and he can do it.
The talent.
I'm not going to spend the day with the guys. I'm just going to watch them race.
Oh man,
they've all got personality problems.
No, I like it when they get fired up and want to win. And,
Jeff Gordon's a cross-dresser.
Everybody hates a winner. Everybody hates a winner. There you go again. It's like the Yankees. Everybody hates the Yankees because they win.
Man, I'm going to tell you what. We were talking a few minutes ago about states with death penalties, lethal injections, and all that. And I've got a list pulled up here of each state of what they do. And most of them have lethal injection. Still a few states that have electrocution.
What does a lethal injection cost?
I don't know. I don't know what it costs.
Probably way more than
20
million gigawatts.
Well, I used to know the answer to that. The actual shot was unbelievably expensive.
Yeah.
But some of them have gas chamber, hanging, and some of them only 2 still have firing squad. Well, actually 3. Idaho, Oklahoma, and Utah. Utah offers the firing squad only for inmates who choose this method prior to its elimination as an option.
Over what?
Over lethal injection. But get this. Since 1976, Utah has only killed 2 people on death row. Since 1976.
How many's on death row?
It doesn't say, but
naturally your cheapest option has to be hanging because you can reuse the rope.
And only 3 states have executed somebody since 1976. Only 3 people have been executed in New Hampshire and Washington, but they have lethal injection also, and that's how they were
It's
done.
because it's so controversial. Yeah. You've got these people out here, well, it's cruel and it's inhumane to kill these people for capital punishment.
The gas chamber.
Well, how cruel and inhumane was it for what they did to the victim?
I agree.
You know, the reason they're in there.
Amen.
I'm a firm believer in an eye for an eye. I really am.
And the gas chamber, 11 of them have been executed, and there's all by lethal injection, by the way. So, no, not all by lethal injection, but they do have that as a alternative. So 9 states have electrocution, 35 states have lethal injection. But I can tell you the one state that has death penalty have killed more people because of death penalty than any other one is Texas.
Oh yeah,
I would believe that.
Son. Turn and burn in Texas. They don't spend that long there. They don't play around. But it's just it's pitiful, man.
It's a tough thing, you know. Ronnie just said something got me thinking. Is the eye for an eye. It's hard, you know, as a Christian to reconcile. I guess it's all in your mind, you know. Like it is tough. But I always go back, right or wrong. You know, if it was my child or my family member that got brutally slaughtered, the instant reality or the instant reaction, I should say, would be, kill him, hang him, whatever.
Yeah, that's when vengeance comes in, though.
Yeah,
you know? That's
right. But punishment, biblically, there's no argument biblically, in my opinion. Okay, now this is my opinion. No argument biblically, and let me go on record. I am for the death penalty, and I am a Christian, but I also know that biblically, I feel that it's wrong. So it's an inner struggle.
Yeah.
You know, and I watched the 4th installment of 5 of the Bible last night, and you talking about being wrongly sentenced and convicted. Jesus got the death penalty last night at the end of the show. He was sentenced to die and be crucified, and that right there is probably one of the ultimate wrongly carried out punishments that had to be done to save us from our sins, of course. But not getting all religious, it's tough, man. That's why, it's easy to, what do? You start thinking about it. It also says turn the other cheek. Now, you can't turn the other cheek. I mean, you can forgive and turn the other cheek, so to speak, as a person. But in society, you can't just let the murderers go and forgive them. That don't work that way. So you have to have punishment. So that's when you get into death penalty versus life incarceration or what. It's a tough thing, man. It
is.
You just got to have faith that that we're making the right moves as a society, and
let me say this, and people can think what you want to about me, but if someone killed a family member of mine, and in cold blood, just walked up, shot him or whatever, it doesn't matter. If they killed a family member of mine in cold blood, I believe I could sleep tonight knowing I put a bullet in their face.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And you'd sleep very well in prison.
I don't know that, I'll pay the ultimate price for that.
Yeah,
I think.
I don't know. There's been cases where
God would judge me, but I would rather God judge me than anybody else out there. Hey, we got a call coming in.
He's the only one that really can.
Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors.
Hey, fellas, I feel the same way y'all do. Somebody shoot my family, they make too many potatoes and too many bushes.
Yep, I agree. I agree.
Hey, it don't cost $1 million for a solid.
No, it sure don't.
It don't.
It sure don't. It costs.
I hate to say it like that, but yeah, man, they need to do something. They try to take away people's rights. It's gonna cause more violence.
Yeah, something needs to change. You're exactly right. You can't take away anybody's rights, and expect things to get better. So things are gonna have to change, man. Hey, we appreciate you calling in this morning.
All right, man. Y'all have a good one.
You too, buddy.
You too. I'm just sitting here. This is a really stupid thing to be talking about, I guess. But if somebody killed my loved one, I don't think I would want to kill that person. I'd want to go medieval on them.
Yeah,
torture them.
You're right.
Maybe eventually kill them, but not out of the gate. This is an interesting. Y'all posted a interesting thing on Facebook, a quote by George Washington. If this is authentic, and I guess it is, but a free people ought not only be armed and disciplined, but they should have sufficient arms and ammunition to maintain a status of independence from any who might attempt to abuse them, which would include their own government. George Washington. We'll take a quick break. We're back in 3 minutes and talk about it.
Attention Outdoor Nation. Adel Outfitters, located at Exit 39 on I-75 in Adel, Georgia, has over 18,000 square feet of outdoor unbelievability just waiting on you. Specializing in a wide range of outdoor supplies for everyone, including hunting, fishing, shooting, kayaking, camping, Little League, clothing, knives, boots, you name it, Adel Outfitters has it. They also have that personal one-on-one attention that you just might not be getting from some of the big boxes, and Adel Outfitters has a whole lot less overhead, so you'll be surprised at the deals. So come see us now at Adel Outfitters, Exit 39, Adel, Georgia. Woo-wee! Sweet Tea's Smokehouse on South Hutchinson Avenue, Adel, is the bomb. You ain't had good old South Georgia barbecue if you ain't been to Sweet Tea's Smokehouse. Ribs, chicken, pork, beef, good grief, this is some fine eating. And it ain't called Sweet Tea's for nothing. Ice cold sweet tea and good old barbecue plate with all the trimmings is what living in the South is all about. Head up Highway 41 north towards Adel. Swing into Sweet Tea's Smokehouse for lunch or dinner. Great southern barbecue like it's supposed to be, and don't forget some of that fine Brunswick stew. Woo-wee!
Hi, I'm Barry Broom with Allstate Insurance Company. I'm a big fan of the great outdoors. There are many recreational activities that allow us to enjoy God's creation. There's boating, camping, hunting, hiking, fishing. Think about all the gear, equipment, and vehicles that we have that make those times outdoors so memorable. When it comes to protecting and insuring your firearms, your boat, RV, camper, four-wheeler, even your golf cart, think of me, Barry Broom, your Allstate agent. Call me at 229-244-9856 or visit me online at barrybroom.com. Go make a memory. Enjoy your great outdoors.
The grill might be in storage, but that's what campfires are for. And the backyard party is on hiatus, but that's because everyone is tailgating. Only the seasons change, tastes don't. And when you've got Bud Light Lime, you don't need summer to have a good time. It's the superior drinkability of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor. Look for a Bud Light Lime and find your summer state of mind anytime. It's in the lime. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Lime flavored beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Brigman and Brigman Cabinets in Hayhira, Georgia specializes in custom-built cabinets. You can come in and sit down with our staff and start from scratch to develop the perfect cabinet layout, or bring in your plans and start there. From design to installation, Brigman and Brigman can help you every step of the way. Estimates are always free, and your satisfaction is our goal. Whether it's a remodel, a spec house, or your custom-built dream home, give Brigman and Brigman Cabinets in Hayhira a call at 229-794-2108 to set up an appointment. Crystal River Seafood on St. Augustine Road in Valdosta is a fine seafood dining experience. Folks from miles around come in to enjoy the fine seafood and friendly atmosphere Crystal River has to offer. Their friendly staff makes your dining experience one to remember, as well as one to repeat. Fish like grouper, salmon, mahi, catfish are always great choices, along with shrimp, oysters, crab cakes, and crab legs. Hey, you not in the mood for seafood? Order a juicy ribeye steak. Crystal River Seafood is open for lunch and dinner. Crystal River Seafood, 958 St. Augustine Road, Valdosta, Georgia.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun, talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie.
Welcome back to the Good Outdoors. Hey, let me throw this out there right quick. You know how much it costs to house an inmate? Well, for 1 year?
For 1 year, housing input.
Average cost? I mean, roughly, just anybody.
I'll take a guess.
Okay.
I'm thinking here.
Well, this is radio. You can't be silent.
I'm gonna say between $20,000 and $40,000.
Okay.
I'm gonna say about $65,000.
Okay. And the average cost, from everything I can find, is between $20,000 and $40,000, depending on what state you're in.
That's nice that you looked over on his screen. Cheater!
He actually was talking about it on the break before last.
And that's just, that's not a death row inmate, guys. That's just an average inmate. Death row inmates cost more.
And I wonder why. Do they need to keep them sedated because they're so nervous, or
no?
what?
It's
maximum
just
security.
Maximum security.
There you go.
And it can cost as much as $500,000 a year to house one in maximum security. Something's wrong with this. Something's wrong with this picture, y'all. Bad.
How expensive would it be to just have a about an 8x8 block cell with no windows and nothing in there but maybe a toilet?
Why
just throw him in
a bucket?
Yeah, but just throw him in there. What costs so much?
I don't know. If I was a guard, I'd want to have a toilet.
You don't even really have to guard him. If I build it, you wouldn't even have to worry about it.
Okay, you got to pay for
building
building
it. Out.
You got to pay for building it. You got to pay for maintaining it. You got to pay for people to work there. You got to pay for food. You got to pay for the water bill. You got to pay for everything.
But as far as the building it, which is the most expensive thing, it's got to be paid off at some point. That ain't a factor no more.
But they give them TV, they give them books, they give them every daggum thing they want.
That's my point. Just throw him in the cell with the toilet.
Nobody wants to do that. It's inhumane.
Don't even give him any toilet paper.
That's inhumane.
Let him watch his butt.
You can't do that.
It's inhumane to shoot a baby in the face that's 18 months old.
Well, that's what the people say. It's inhumane to house a prisoner like that. I think it's ridiculous.
Well, let's put them in there too.
Well, let's take that call.
Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors.
Good morning. I was listening to y'all talking about housing these inmates and talking about how expensive it is.
Yeah.
They don't think about creating or causing the crime or doing the crime because they like on vacation when they get housed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
They have better health coverage, and we supply their
education
medical expenses, and they get fed 3 meals a day. And
amen.
It's like vacation to them.
No worries. That's exactly right.
I know what I need to do. They think it's the economy being in the shape that it's in, and all the money that they're spending and so forth, and having to take care of all these criminals. If they just let me do the switch, take care of the switch.
I hear you. You want to be the switch puller for about $50,000 a year? That'd be a sweet job, wouldn't it?
There you go. Y'all have a good day.
You too.
Thank you.
She brings up a good point. I saw on TV. I was just scanning through it. Those caught on tape shows they have. There was a guy, a Mexican, in somewhere out there in Arizona or New Mexico, somewhere on the border. He was due to be released from the jail, and they had him out there, had him sign all of his papers, and he was waiting on them to take him outside. Well, he didn't want to leave, so he assaulted a guard so they'd keep him in there. And the reason that he did that is for what the lady just said.
Yeah, he's
got it better in there than he does outside.
That's where all his friends are. He's been in there his whole life, probably.
Yeah, he's probably got a social life in the jail. Right. You're right. That's exactly right. Okay. But anyway, he was about to get out, so I'm just beat the fool out of a guard, and they'll keep me in there.
Let's go this direction for just a second. An inmate can get a high school diploma in jail.
Mm-hmm.
He can get a college degree in jail.
Yep.
And they're talking about taking the college aid away from our military.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
How about that?
They did.
Yeah, they did.
No talk, they did.
Amen, Darrell Sample Jr.
That's screwed up right there, dude.
That's retarded. That's just stupid.
Yeah.
Give me the logic.
Give
me the logic the way some of this crap in this country works.
Why ain't somebody why ain't the Valdosta Daily Times publishing a rant and rave or letter to the editor every single day on that topic right there? I will do this, and you can bet on it. Today sometime I will email the Valdosta Daily Times an opinion and a letter to the editor on that subject right there. I will. Now, whether they post it or not, we'll see. But everybody out there, we got over 7,700 Facebook friends. We got a ton of listeners in the morning that listen to our show. Y'all be looking, because there's a letter to the editor coming. Let's see if they'll post it.
Amen.
Let's see.
You know, I found something very interesting that kind of ties into this, but it's a George Washington quotes, and it's all, you know, different quotes that he said. Can you believe all these, a lot of them's been just, you know, taken out, so nobody knows them, but George Washington once says, the very atmosphere of firearms anywhere and everywhere restrains evil interference. They deserve a place of honor with all that's good. He also said, when firearms go, all goes. We need them every hour. And firearms are second only to the Constitution in importance. They are the people's liberty's teeth. I thought those were good quotes.
They are.
They're excellent quotes.
And that was
George Washington was. This is no quotes like that. There's no wonder why he was elected to be the first president of the United States. He was a very sharp man, you know. Except when he cut down that cherry tree, that wasn't the best thing in the world.
But he didn't lie about it.
No, he did not. He also had wooden teeth, I hear.
Yes, he did.
I just want to throw that in there because it kind of ties into what we're talking about. I don't know, you know, I've never really studied about how they handled things back then. I know they hung people a lot, you know, and things like that. But
shot people a lot.
I think they handled it a lot more efficiently than we handle it now.
Let's take this call right here. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors.
Yes, sir. I want to put my 2 cents worth in on these prisoners and all. These dudes like them Mexicans, and I think it should be a little bit harder maybe on the one that does the killing. But if they do like they used to do, of course, they're going to say it's inhumane. Just take them old stocks like they used to back years ago. Put his hands in that stock, stick his butt out there, drop them drawers, and whoop him till blood run down his leg. Then you take him and put salt on it, let that heal up, and do it about 3 or 4 different times. And I guarantee you he won't go back.
I guarantee you he won't.
That's making my howdy hurt right there.
That made me suck air when he talked about the salt.
Ooh, man. I'm a cruel dude, but that's what I mean. You know, somebody shoot a young one, going to whoop it till he die.
Amen. Amen.
All right, brother. You'll have a good day.
Appreciate it.
Well, we bring all that back. We'll make him chairman of the punishment program.
I believe he just got elected, so that man knows how to punish somebody.
Yes, sir.
He comes from a long line of punishers.
But you know, he brings up a good point. If you made prison a prison, they wouldn't want to go back anymore.
You're exactly right. Yeah.
You know, let's take this other call. Good morning, caller. You on the Good Outdoors?
Good morning.
Morning.
I say they take them inmates out behind the shop and pull the britches down and get the old weed eater out.
Woo!
Amen.
Up the leg.
Yow!
Yeah, that'll hurt. That'll get their attention, won't it?
It gets my attention.
Or, you know, like they do overseas, and you get caught stealing, they chop a limb off.
Yeah, that's right. Now, there ain't nothing wrong with that. Shoplifters cut their hands off. They can't grab nothing no more.
That's right.
You give them. They'll have 2 chances. You know, cut their left hand off. You know, take it easy on them the first time. You right-handed, yeah. You got caught shoplifting. We're gonna cut your left hand off. We'll give you a chance to go through life with one good hand. But you steal again, you're gonna be missing both hands. And then if you steal again, we're gonna chop your legs off so you can't walk in there and do it no more.
That's right.
After that second thievery, it's gonna be hard to eat spaghetti, ain't it?
Yeah, that sure is.
Hey, we appreciate you calling in, man.
All right.
I think we should make prison. That's my thing.
I think that's right.
You get back to the old ways, like the 1800s or early 1900s. When you went to prison, you had chain gangs. You know, you had everything. Prison is prison.
Put them out there paving the road, slinging gravel on the gravel roads.
Yeah. Where's that? There's somebody in the news there. A Christian preacher got thrown in jail over in Iran or somewhere. That's in one of the world's worst prisons, and he's in there for all the wrong reasons. And I'm not talking about that, but when they describe what goes on in that prison, that's what we need over here. It's prison. Exactly. They don't treat them with luxury. They give them, Yeah, they give them food and water, but the conditions over there are they don't get to exercise, they don't get to go out. Who can? I mean, it's prison, for God's sake, man. It's just ridiculous.
I had a conversation about 4 years ago with a guy that was out of prison. He'd been in for drug charges. He reformed. He was a great guy. He'd been in before, but he'd done his time, and he did not want to go back. He said, I'll never, ever, ever go back to prison. He said, I hated it. I hated it with a passion. So we had this discussion, and I told him, I said, you spent your time in prison, but they need to make prisons more like prison. They need to take all the books and everything away. He was very defensive, and he did not like that. I said, now, wait a minute. Now, you know a lot of people that's been to prison and keep going back, and they've got it made in there. He said, no, we don't have it made. I said, yes, you do. We argued back and forth for 2 solid days at work about this. He thought it was right for everybody in there to have TV, to have books, to have visitation.
You know why he thought that?
Well,
because he was there.
Right. But I told him, I said, you don't want to go back now. I said, but a lot of people in there do want to go back. So if you made it that much worse on them, if you made it a dadgum prison, nobody would want to go back.
If you could make them say it, if this is the thing, if the guy can say, well, I was in prison, if he says the words, well, it ain't so bad, then you got to make it bad to where when he comes out, man, I ain't going back in there.
Do you know what?
If I ever wind up in prison, I'm going to revoke every comment I just made. Yeah. I want it to be nice if I go.
Well,
of course.
It took 2 days, but he finally started coming around and seeing it. But, he said the worst thing for him was not being able to leave when he wanted to.
Oh, yeah, your freedom's taken away.
Your freedom's taken away. But they have everything just about that we have except the right to vote. That's all. And it took a while, but he come around. If you made it where they didn't want to be there, they wouldn't go back.
You got a lot of free people that don't leave the house all day.
Yeah, you sure do.
You got a lot of them that may leave the living room to go sit on the front porch.
Yeah.
I'm not going to call no names here. You can get on Facebook at the daggum jail, and I'm just going to leave it at that. Yeah. I mean, trust me, I know. I'm telling you, because I see posts from somebody I know that's sitting in the can in the Hooskow as we speak right now, and that joker, it's limited, obviously, but he puts posts on Facebook. They let them do it. They get time on the phone or on the computer in jail. Wow. Now, here's the thing, and I know we're going to be taking a break here. I'll try to get my point real quick. You say, where there's minor offenses, okay, you get convicted of shoplifting. That's a minor offense. You shouldn't do it, but it's minor. It ain't the same as armed robbery.
Yeah, it's not a violent crime.
It's not a violent crime. So you go in there and you're in the jail for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 30 days, and it's a cakewalk because you get magazines, you get TV, you get the computer, blah blah blah. Let's make it a prison. In a rough environment for a shoplifter. Now, don't put them in there for 30 days. Put them in there for 3 days in some bad conditions, and they won't want to go back.
You're right.
So you could adjust this thing to fit it, and we'll talk more about it when we come back off this break. Listen to the Good Outdoors on 99.5.
Service. It's a very simple word, but you'd think it's French. At Deep South Sanitation, our service will never be questioned. We are there when we say we'll be there. If there's a couple extra bags by the can, we pick it up. Deep South Sanitation don't care if the lid won't close. All the more reason to dump it. If you're elderly or disabled, the Deep South Sanitation team will get your can, dump it, and put it back. If trash blew out, we don't leave it, we pick it up. Keep the money you pay for sanitation services local by supporting Deep South Sanitation, a locally owned business. Call Carrie Scarborough today at Deep South Sanitation, 229-559-0200. It's that time of year. People everywhere will be scrambling to find somebody to take care of filing their taxes. Fast Tax and Bookkeeping at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q has a quick turnaround time and the knowledge to prepare your taxes properly, making sure you are getting what's due. With $25 1040 EZ filings, electronic refunds in a flash, military and college student discounts, and fast and friendly service, drop by and see Lisa Griffiths and the gang at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q, or give them a call at 229-253-0181 to schedule an appointment.
SWAT Graphics, located at 300 South Toombs Street, is the area's #1 graphic design service company. Specializing in graphic banners, stickers, signs, and design, SWAT Graphics can help from concept to completion. If you have a design idea for a company logo, SWAT Graphics can bring it to reality. Maybe you have a logo and just need it placed on a sign, sticker, or banner. Whatever the case, stop by SWAT Graphics at 300 South Toombs Street, Valdosta, or give them a call at 241-9185. SWAT Graphics, proud sponsor of the Good Outdoors.
Moss Trim Shop is Valdos's oldest automotive upholstery shop. From automotive to marine upholstery to convertible and vinyl top, Moss Trim Shop can cover all your sewing needs. Locally owned and operated by Bobby Brantley, Moss Trim Shop become Valdos's oldest and best in the upholstery business by being a dependable, service-oriented, and on time with your project. So if you have an automotive or marine upholstery need, stop by Moss Trim Shop at 733 East Hill Avenue or give them a call at 229-242-8544.
There's only one place in Valdosta if you want the freshest seafood in town. It's Bubba Jack's Crab Shack at 1700 West Hill Avenue. They got wild Georgia shrimp cooked about any way you could want it. Fried, peel and eat, grilled or buffalo style. They got a Wednesday night oyster special at $7.99 a dozen, and that ain't no mistake. $7.99 a dozen, Wednesday night only. Bring the kids with you, and if they don't eat seafood, get them some chicken tender baskets or hamburger hot dog. And do not forget to try the fresh cut, hand-dipped onion rings at Bubba Jack's Crab Shack, 1700 West Hill Avenue, Valdosta.
Justamere Farm is a full boarding, training, and lesson facility conveniently located on Valdale Road in Hayhire. Justamere Farm offers a facility like no other in the area with many amenities to meet all your equine needs, whether it's riding, training, or boarding. If riding is your passion, Justamere has you covered with an indoor arena, a large lighted outdoor arena with an alleyway, a large jump course arena, a round pen for training, trails, and access to dirt roads. Private and shared lessons are available, so give Justamere Farms a call today at 229-460-2331.
You're listening to The Good Outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun.
Welcome back to The Good Outdoors, the things that go on behind the scenes.
We're going to be solving some problems up in here in society today, brother. It's going to get sideways in The Good Outdoors. Hey, hanging people at the courthouse square is a great outdoor activity.
Yes.
Think about it. They used to, in the old days, in the Gunsmoke days, when they had a hanging, the whole town showed up to watch it.
Yeah, I don't want this whole thing to swing to the sadistic side.
No,
I don't.
Think it's too late for that.
Yeah, it's almost too late. I don't believe in all the torture and all that garbage, but I do believe in capital punishment. I do believe in doing it on the courthouse square. I think if you brought that back in, that our crime rate would drop tremendously.
Well, let me ask you this: talking about torture, I know what you're saying there, but you got to define torture. Like the gentleman that called in about the hiney whooping and pouring salt on. Is that torture?
Yeah, that's torture.
Yeah.
All right, let me ask you another question.
Well, I'm for torture.
let me ask you another question. What about the waterboarding incidents?
There you go.
Like
hey,
that?
He's got you right there.
It's torture. Yeah, it's absolutely torture. But you know what? I support it if it saves hundreds of thousands or millions of lives.
That's a different thing than punishing. But
we're talking about punishing someone for a crime,
or a crime.
Well, yeah, but it's war involved.
No. I see the difference.
War involved.
I agree. I see the difference. This one person that hurt, this one person or these 3 or 4 people. There is a huge difference. I agree with you.
Let's take this call. Good morning, caller. You're on there on the Good Outdoors. How are you?
Yeah, I'm still here. This C4.
C4. How you doing, man?
I ain't doing too good right now.
Uh-oh. What's wrong?
I got to have surgery again.
Again?
Again.
When you got to go?
I got to go to the heart specialist to make sure that my heart will be stopped again.
Oh, my gosh. Man. We'll be praying for you, brother. I hate to hear that.
Well, you talking about spending all that money. First thing ought to help people like us that can't get around.
Amen.
Yeah, that's exactly right. $13 million would help a lot to people who are disabled and confined to their house get out and enjoy life, wouldn't it?
Yes, sir.
Good gracious. Well, C4, keep us posted, man. We appreciate you listening. I hope everything goes well.
I sure appreciate it. You're going to have a nice day now.
All right, you too, buddy. Yes, sir, you too. Our good friend C4, faithful listener, we're going to be keeping him in our prayers, and we encourage everybody to keep him in your prayers. Anybody that's out there going through a trial, with their health or with the family members, we've had a lot of depressing and bad things happen to friends of ours, and you just got to keep your faith in God, keep your head to the sky, and pray, and God's will work out there. It's a tough life to get through, and we're talking about these idiots that make it even tougher on us. Snatching dolphins, snatching dolphins is what they're doing. But anyway, just violent crimes too. We had the break in there. The guy kicked the door in at a house around the corner. Has just you don't realize how upsetting it is to me. My wife has always been jumpy, about me leaving town and leaving her there alone. And I've always told her, hey, our little neighborhood here in Hayhire on this little curve on Hodges Street. Very safe, very safe. And then 4 or 5 doors down, somebody kicks in the door, and now I don't know how I'm gonna get out of town. I probably won't without being able to hire watch security to sit outside. But it's just these knuckleheads is just ruining us, man. They're running our lives, and there ought to be a punishment when they ruin our lives. They ought to be punished, but it's us that suffers. You talk about being inhumane. It just makes you want to it just makes you get in a frame of mind to where your whole moral conviction changes almost. We're talking about torture a while ago, and what is torture, and where's the line, and all. And I just think consistency and deterrence is where we're going wrong. Yep. If someone murders somebody, if the punishment is swift and just, no matter what it is, if it's capital punishment or just confinement to the rest of their lives, just do it. Don't let them appeal 9 times and stay in the news and all that. Just get it over with, whatever it is. Make jail like Darryl was talking about earlier. The guy in the discussion they had at work. I mean, jail ought to be a miserable existence, a miserable place. There ought to be no TV. There ought to be no recreation.
What about health care?
You got to provide them health care. There's no doubt about that, because they're going to get out.
Yeah.
But it ought to be minimal. That's exactly. I got minimal health care. Why don't they?
Yeah. We
got a call coming. We'll go ahead and take it. Good morning, caller. You on the air? How are you?
Hey, so y'all talking about capital punishment and cruelty and inhumane. So is it wrong when your dog attacks somebody to tell him not to stop?
Do what now?
All right, say that again now.
All right, say for example, if somebody is committing a crime, trying to break in your house, trespassing, whatever the case may be. Say for example, you got an attack dog and it attacks somebody. So is it inhumane to tell the dog not to stop?
I don't think so. I think let the big dog
let
eat.
The big dog eat.
Let the big dog eat.
I don't think you're going to get a negative reaction from the Good Outdoors radio host on that. If somebody comes in there in my house and I've got me a dog, a pit bull, Doberman, German Shepherd, whatever, and he's coming in there with the intent to harm, I'm going to let the dog eat. There ain't no doubt he can gnaw him to the damn bone. I don't care.
Yeah, I got one a little bigger than that one.
Yeah.
I got a fake Menard. He weighs about 210.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have no problem with letting the dog eat. If the person is breaking into your house wanting to do bodily harm, let him go. Let him go.
He probably never even have to call the police.
Because, I said about 4 or 5 months back, I had somebody, I don't know if they was trying to come in my house or not, but my wife and kids was there, and the dog stays inside. I mean, they don't do good down here, but he's a good dog. He's still basically a pup. He's a little over a year and a half. Anyway, somebody walked by the window. I guess he heard him trying to get in the door, so he dove through the window to get to him.
Did he get him?
He's got anger management issues.
Yeah, he did. He his nose doing it, but he didn't get him. But he did get him out of the yard, and he stayed right there in the yard. He didn't go nowhere or anything. Now we done relocating all since then. Got him in a fenced-in yard. I don't know. They say you got to have your dog registered and all this and that if he's aggressive, and you got to have insurance. And man,
well, that could have quickly turned bad for you in a way with the dog jumping out of the window like that. If there'd have been an innocent person down the road and that dog would have said, "Hey, got on that," it could have turned bad.
But he stayed in his yard.
But he stayed in the yard, which is a good thing.
He's trained. Yeah. And that's another thing. Y'all done checking to get some like dog places, kenneling companies and all for advertising.
That's right. Yeah, you got a good point. We need to do that. Good tip.
And guarding attack, obedience, smack.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're
right.
That's right.
Good deal, man.
Appreciate you calling in.
All right, man. Y'all have a good one.
All right. Thank you.
He brings up a good point. There's
nothing wrong. A very good point.
Nothing wrong with having a good dog. A dog to help protect you. And I'm not one to have an attack dog. I'm just never have been, because I'm just with my kids. I'm too scared that he'll turn at any minute. Yeah. But that could be any dog. It doesn't have to be just an attack dog. It can be a cat. But
attack cat.
Well, I mean, a cat or dog can turn at any minute. So you got to take that in consideration. That's just me.
Yeah, right. That pissed off cat jump on you.
Then why do you think I hate cats so much? I hate them. But,
well, the best thing about a 210-pound St. Bernard is
the slobber.
Is just let the big dog eat. I wouldn't even call the police, and I'd bury the poop in the next door neighbor's yard.
You know what?
Call it even.
Let me tell you this: if I was a criminal and was going to break into somebody's yard and I saw a big dog, I'm not going. I'm not going to try that house, dude.
All they'd have to do is put a couple spiders in the doorway for you, though.
Yeah. Oh, talking about. Hey, wait a minute. Side note here: we were at the house last night. It was almost bedtime. And Michelle opened up the door to walk our two little dogs. And by the way,
Wiener
which I don't
dogs.
like, and they are for free giveaway if anybody wants them. And she opened up the door. She said, "Will you come move this frog?" She couldn't get out the front door because there's a frog on the front porch. I said, "Oh, really, a frog?" So me and Mackenzie, we go up there and there's this frog. Well, I opened up the door and there's this giant, humongous spider laying down there on the door jam. So I immediately shut the door and go to the gun cabinet. She said, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm going to kill the spider." I said, "Either you kill him or what? Something." Well, anyway, she had let one of the dogs out and had the leash hung in the door. Well, the dog, I kind of like the dog now. The dog got the spider and carried it out there and had it injured. And this thing was huge. It looked like it was about 7 inches across in diameter. I mean, it was huge.
Really?
Well, anyway, she had the spider injured, so it didn't take but 3
How
shots.
was it that blame Carantula?
It didn't take but 3 shots, to kill the dog. I mean, the spider. But I do like
Daryl did not kill the dog, y'all.
No animals were harmed in this story.
I do like the dog better, but dude, let me tell you, I'm spraying this afternoon when I get home.
All I heard out of this whole story for some reason was that Daryl's dogs, that he was having a free giveaway.
Yeah.
Now, ain't that something? A free giveaway.
You can have my dog or Michelle's
There's 2
dog
types
if
of
you want.
giveaways: a giveaway, and then there's a free giveaway, and neither one of them costs a dime.
They are for free giveaway, is what I said.
With a free giveaway, do you get all the accessories to go with them?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you can have the dog cage, the food. I'll even buy a couple of bags of food for you. I'll post some pictures up there.
A lot of incentive to get rid of them dogs.
Anyway,
wieners.
But I do kind
There's
of like
something
that
you ought to
one
get them.
dog.
Maybe good chew toys for your children.
I do kind of like that one dog because it did get the big old spider, and this was a huge spider. I guess one of the wolf spiders. I don't
What
know.
happened to the frog?
I just shoot him off the front porch. He was all right. I picked him up and showed Mackenzie first, and I put him off the porch. But I don't know if the frog was going to eat the spider or the spider was going to eat the frog.
Probably a pretty good tussle.
Honestly, the spider was as big as the frog, y'all. I'm not joking. He was big. He was
Look at his
humongous.
eyes. He's like, I'm serious.
He was humongous. He wasn't a banana spider. He was ugly, big, black, ugly spider.
Talking about frogs, it just hit me when I come out the door this morning. There was a frog in our garage. We live on that swamp. I guess it was some sort of little bullfrog. He was small though, but he had real long legs. But I startled him when I come out of the door, and that son of a gun, he went the length of my driveway, getting away from me in he went the 40-yard dash in 4.4. I ain't never in my life seen him. He got out of there, dude. I guess he thought I was fixing to harm him.
Kicking up dust.
Woo! He was stroking it, son. I was like, man, I wish I could move like that. Good, not alive. He's lucky he wasn't about 5 pounds. He'd had his legs would have been in the frying pan.
Hey, let's take a break. We'll be right back here on the Good Outdoors.
With over 40,000 machines in the field, the pro's choice is Dixie Chopper. Be a pro, buy a chopper. Built right here in America with one simple goal. Build a mower that cuts more grass and doesn't break when you use it. Be a pro, buy a chopper. With Chopper's price, performance, and reliability guarantee, make the smart choice. Be a pro, buy a chopper.
Austin's Cattle Company's menu is so big and delicious. In order to fit everything in, we had to write a song about it. So take it away, boys.
Cause we got hand-cut steaks and taters, 2 baked food tastes better than your grandmother's pound cake. Hallelujah, and reach the sky, just load it up and pile it. How we got prime rib, seafood, salad, and baby back spoon so good it'll make your lips smack. Also, Cattle Company's where you gotta go when your stomach gives you an attack. Come on in and sit on down, and you'll be chillin' like the king of town. Order up your favorite meal and turn that sad pound upside down. I guarantee you'll slap your knee when you eat it. Austin's Cattle Company.
Just head on down Austin's.
Woo, that's good.
So there you have it, folks. Next time you get a craving for something tasty, stop on by Austin's at exit 16 off I-75. There's something on the menu for everyone, and they serve big portions so you'll never leave hungry. From seafood and prime rib to the freshest hand-cut steaks, chicken, and ribs you can find. Austin's Cattle Company is truly an addiction you never have to quit.
Tune in to 99.5 Kicks Country from 4 to 6 a.m. Monday through Friday to listen to the Good Outdoors crew. We talk about everything in the outdoors.
From hunting, fishing, camping to boating and horseback riding, with an emphasis on getting kids outdoors. Heck, we even talk about big feats and outhouse escapades. You never know.
Join us for a good laugh and how-tos and why not. You can even call in live.
That's the Good Outdoors, weekday mornings from 4 to 6 on 99.5 Kicks Country.
And like us on Facebook at The Good Outdoors with a Z and thegoodoutdoors.com.
Attention Outdoor Nation. Adel Outfitters, located at exit 39 on I-75 in Adel, Georgia, has over 18,000 square feet of outdoor unbelievability just waiting on you. Specializing in a wide range of outdoor supplies for everyone, including hunting, fishing, shooting, kayaking, camping, Little League, clothing, knives, boots, you name it, Adel Outfitters has it. They also have that personal one-on-one attention that you just might not be getting from some of the big boxes, and Adel Outfitters has a whole lot less overhead, so you'll be surprised at the deals. So come see us now at Adel Outfitters, exit 39, Adel, Georgia. Woo-wee! Sweet Tea's Smokehouse on South Hutchinson Avenue, Adel, is the bomb. You ain't had good old South Georgia barbecue if you ain't been to Sweet Tea's Smokehouse. Ribs, chicken, pork, beef, good grief, this is some fine eating. And it ain't called Sweet Tea's for nothing. Ice cold sweet tea and good old barbecue plate with all the trimmings is what living in the South is all about. Head up Highway 41 north towards Adel. Swing into Sweet Tea's Smokehouse for lunch or dinner. Great southern barbecue like it's supposed to be. And don't forget some of that fine Brunswick stew. Woo-wee!
You're listening to The Good Outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun.
Hey, welcome back to The Good Outdoors. We have covered a lot of topics this morning.
On and off there.
Oh, man. We have talked about gun control. We've talked about prisons and prisoners and death penalties. And just... we covered it all this morning. And turkey hunting. We talked about that.
Talked about some turkey hunting, yeah. Talked about a little bit of fish. The gentleman posted a nice bass, as we said on there, and he requested that we do some more fishing stuff, and we'll be getting to that. We'll get on some more fishing. But he made a comment on there that I thought was pretty funny. He said that thanks to all the turkey hunters going out in the woods, it left the fishing pond vacant so he could get there and catch the fish. So he was thankful for turkey hunting, not because he wanted to turkey hunt, but because it cleared the lake for him. So that's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. One man's trash is another man's treasure.
That's right. That's right.
Covered a little NASCAR. March Madness. I guess they're down to Sweet 16 or something along those lines now. But Gonzaga upset. I believe Kansas State got upset. There was quite a few upsets going on. The Gonzaga upset was probably the biggest one. Georgetown went down. And there's a small school that's wreaking havoc through the tournament bracket there. I can't remember their name there, but it's down in Florida. I'll do some research on there when y'all talking. But the tournament has been turned upside down somewhat because of the exit of a number one seed. That hadn't happened this early in the tournament, but just a handful of times over the past 10 or 12 years. So
it was almost an upset with Ohio State the other day.
Ohio State survived a buzzer beater. There's no doubt about that. That's 78-75 was that game, and Ohio State's the number two seed there. So
Florida Gulf Coast.
Florida Gulf Coast. That's exactly right. They beat San Diego State University. Florida Gulf Coast is a 15 seed. They barely made it in there, and they've won a couple of games. They're making some noise there. Good luck with it. Mm-hmm. Of course, then all your other regulars won. So we got another call coming in. We'll go ahead and take it. Good morning, caller. You on there on the Good Outdoors? How are you?
Good morning, gentlemen.
What's going on, Chuck?
Hey, guys. The reason he said that about the thank goodness for turkey hunting is because his wife won't let him go turkey hunting.
hey, Daryl, hang up.
I know exactly who it was. Y'all probably eat breakfast with him other morning.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I thought he was talking about me. That's when you hang up. Chuck called me yesterday and said, man, you can't kill a turkey sitting in the house. I said, have you heard some? He said, well, no, I went this morning and I didn't hear anything. I said, okay, now you know why I'm sitting in the house.
Mm-hmm. The wind was blowing too hard. Steve, where was you at Saturday, man? We had a great time up there until about 10 o'clock.
I was going to go film some talent outdoor activity over there, and but it was raining, and I couldn't get the camera equipment out. The rain and camera electronics don't go good, so at that point in time, it was kind of screwed my day up.
Yeah, we did real good till about 10 o'clock. The bottom dropped out.
Yep, that was the story across the grid, I believe.
But I tell you what, Tim and them put a put a good thing on over there, man. That was awesome. I wished everybody could experience that.
How many turkeys were killed on that deal?
One bird was killed.
Yeah.
And the guy that killed it did his own calling and everything. I mean,
wow.
And you talking about some hooks, 1.5-inch hooks on that thing,
wow.
About a 9-inch beard.
That's a nice one there.
That was a nice one. But the girl I took, she was she did real good. We worked the bird for about an hour and a half, and I want to tell you, I worked a slate and a box. And do you know the only thing that bird answered to was that Widowmaker that I bought the other night at P3.
Mm-hmm. Pecker-Recker.
Yes, sir.
I couldn't believe it.
That's some fine calls. There ain't no doubt about it. I was messing around all weekend. I didn't have nothing else to do but sit there and watch it rain, so I was practicing my mouth call routine there, driving my wife insane.
Hey, I was in the neighborhood yesterday, and I rode through, and I seen 2 trucks in both driveways, and I thought, man, it is so pretty out here, and they're sitting at the house. But I ain't calling them names.
I think now he's talking about me.
I was sitting there, but I was a smart one out of me and you, Chuck. You were the dumb one. You went turkey hunting yesterday and didn't hear nothing. I knew not to go.
And he did just call you dumb, Chuck. I heard it.
I know it.
I was actually very, very busy myself.
Now, you could have stopped by the house.
Doing what? Nothing?
Well, I ate breakfast after Angie got done cooking.
Oh, yeah.
And then I had to dust the couch off.
Dust the couch off with your back.
Right.
Gotcha.
And then I had to eat lunch. And then I had supper.
Yeah.
I mean,
you were wide open. You were wide open.
Chuck, you could have stopped by the house. You know Michelle was out in the yard. She had Aubrey out there. I was finishing up watching the end of the race there. But you could have stopped by and said, hey.
I thought she was out there on the lawnmower riding around.
She needs to be on the lawnmower riding around.
You ain't never gonna see that.
Oh no, she likes to cut grass. The lawnmower just don't work.
All right, guys, y'all have a good day.
Appreciate you calling in.
All
right, see you, Chucky.
See you.
The Bay Hill Invitational, Arnold Palmer's tournament got rained out yesterday. 1.5 inches of rain dumped down there in Bay Hill, so I'm quite sure it rained at least 1.5 inches here.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we'll go ahead and do the Rusty Nut weather report if he's got it teed up over there. I think that's what he was pointing at. So.
We're going to try a new twist this morning.
Mm-hmm. Twist it.
Currently 54 degrees and fair. The barometer's at 29.79 and rising.
Oh, yeah.
Humidity at 55%. Sunrise will be at 7:29 this morning. Now we'll dabble off into some days here. Today, much cooler, partly cloudy in the morning, then becoming mostly sunny, high around 59. Winds west around 20 miles per hour with gusts up to 35.
Lord, that ain't going to help your efforts none.
Tonight, mostly clear, lows around 32. Winds northwest 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high around 57. Northwest winds around 15 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, mostly clear, lows around 32. Winds northwest around 15, decreasing to around 5 after midnight. Wednesday, mostly sunny, high around 62. Northwest winds around 10 miles per hour. Mostly clear Wednesday night. Lows around 34.
So the turkey hunting's going to get better as the week goes.
Seems like it might.
It's going to be tough out there on you today if that wind gets up that high.
Well, it's going to be cool all week, but at least we're going to have sunshine.
He's going to gobble, and because of the wind, he's going to sound like he's 50 yards from you when he's really 750 yards from you.
Or vice versa.
Yeah, you're going to call. The good thing is if you're upwind from a turkey and you call,
upwind,
you might be able to bring him in from a long ways because your call is going to carry further.
Well, one thing about it, I'm already up.
Yeah. Oh, you got to go.
Might as well do something.
I'm reasonably sure that if you leave here and go home, you probably won't kill anything. But you do have a chance if you leave here and go to the woods.
That's right.
I ain't no rocket scientist, but that adds up.
I'm gonna get after them. I don't like the 32 degrees or 30 degrees that I'm seeing later in this week, but I'm still gonna get out there and go.
Oh, well, you're gonna see. You're gonna.
What I'm excited
32
about
tonight.
What I'm excited about is this weekend. Going back over there where we went. I'm ready to get after them again, and I think we can do some damage.
We can do some damage. Might have to do most of it at the Waffle House, but we can do some damage.
Yeah, y'all can tear that Waffle House up.
We sure can.
I'm going to go visit them again this Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm.
Think so.
Maybe we'll be a little earlier this time getting there.
Yeah, somebody would get up. I wasn't going to bring that up, and now that you brought it up, Ronnie did not want to get up Saturday morning.
I wanted to get up. I just had a hard time getting up.
I had to wake him up.
I had the drive. I just didn't have
the desire was there. It was just hard. I know
Yeah,
what you mean.
it
I know what you mean. I tell you, being used to getting up. What are you shaking out of? You shaking
a cramp in my leg.
Shaking one down your leg over there? What's going on?
I had a cramp in my leg. I'm sorry.
You know, being used to getting up like we do every morning. That's the first thing. Saturday morning, that's the first thing that happened. I woke up, 3:27 like always. But the good news is that's a good feeling when you wake up like that and you realize, ooh, I don't have to get up anywhere. So then I slept in until 6:35.
That is sleeping in, though.
That's compared to what we do. That's 3 more hours.
Mm-hmm.
3 hours and 7 minutes.
Sounds crazy when you put it that way, but that's the way it is.
It's the way it is, brother. The way it is. Miami Heat pushed their streak to 26 games in a row. I know y'all not basketball fans, but to win 26 games in a row in the NBA, that's the second longest streak ever, behind 31 that the Lakers did way back in the day. That's a lot of games in a row.
How many?
26.
26.
And they did it without one of their top players, Dwayne Wade. He did not play. Interesting.
You touched on it a few minutes ago. There's a lot of golfing going on. Who was the golfer stuck in the tree this weekend that shot out?
That was Sergio Garcia. Yeah. His ball there were some interesting shots.
One of them was in the water.
Oh, I was going to say, how did he get up the tree?
He climbed up the tree, and he hit the ball. Beautiful shot back into the fairway to make it playable. And then another guy hit one out of the water, rolled up his pants legs, got out there, knocked it within 2 feet of the hole, and put it in to save par. So that was a good shot too.
I bet he was
wet. Matter of fact, he might have birded the hole. I can't remember, but 2 miraculous shots. And then there was one after he watched the guy knock it out of the water. He says, "I believe I'm going to do the same thing." And his didn't go real well. The ball didn't go nowhere. So, but he got wet. But anyway, Daryl's having some issues over there.
I got a cramp.
He's having a cramp. He ain't drinking enough water.
That's one of the most awkward-looking things I've experienced in a while.
It did look a little eerie over there. It did look a little eerie.
Thanks.
Ever shaking his leg and had this grimace on his face. I was worried about him.
It kind of hurts a little bit.
Yeah, I was ready to break and run, and Ronnie was too.
He looked like a dog getting into a good scratch. That old kind of smile grimace that gets on his face.
We need to get Jim Morgan to turn the air on since he's here now, Jim, because it's hot up in here.
He just walked by and looked this way, gave us that eye. Gave us old shaggy eye.
Oh, man. Lots of things going on in the sports world this weekend. Like you said, the March Madness tournament's on. And when's that going to end? End of March?
Well, I don't know when the championship game is yet, but the end of March, it wraps up pretty quick. There'll be a series of games this weekend too, and then it'll slow down. I think they're down to the Sweet 16. I believe they are. I can't remember. I don't really watch it too much when I don't have a bracket filled out until it gets down to the Final Four. But you got Ohio State won, Indiana won. Indiana's the number 1 seed. Kansas won pretty easily. They're number 1 seed. Florida, the Gators won. They're a 3 seed. And then Florida Gulf Coast, the surprise. That's who I'm pulling for hard. They won. Lost. I guess it's Lafayette won against Ole Miss. I didn't really want to see that happen, but Miami won their 2 seed. Duke's a 2 seed. They won. So it's getting on down there. There's a lot of good teams in the tournament. That's for sure. But
yeah.
I think they're down to the Sweet 16. I was trying to find a bracket here. Maybe I can find it here.
Did y'all hear about the tragedy in the Alabama airport over the weekend? I think it was Friday.
No.
Little 9-year-old kid. There's a big sign fell and killed a 9-year-old kid, and it's 300-pound sign, and injured several other people. The mom actually, I think, broke both ankles. Brand new, revamped, rebuilt airport.
God,
and a big sign fell right there on top of them. And
there you go, folks. You never know.
No, you never know. I mean, you never do. And I don't imagine they were doing anything wrong, but it's just a terrible tragedy.
Things can happen, man. Life is precious.
A 10-year-old boy, his brother suffered a concussion. His 8-year-old brother Sam had a broken leg and nose. I mean, really, it's a big old sign to be falling.
I don't know if y'all have seen on Facebook, but that Trip Halstead story. I follow it. He was his mom dropped him off one morning. I think he's 3. Dropped him off at daycare. He was out on the playground, and a limb fell out of a tree over the playground, hit him in the head, and crushed his skull.
Goodness.
He's trying to make a recovery. It's been slow going, but Things happen, man. It's it's awful. Life is precious.
Yes, it is. It sure is.
Better enjoy it. Better get out in the good outdoors, enjoy it. Take a kid with you. That's what this show's all about. Take them and let them see what's out there, man. Experience nature. There's just so much going on.
We got to take a break here this morning on the Good Outdoors. We'll be right back with our closing segment.
So, Dawson, is Dad still ill about you calling him out on his shooting ability?
I don't think so, but I have seen him on the range a lot more lately.
Dad always says practice makes perfect.
That's what he says, but I don't think it works for adults.
Why do you say that?
Well, from the look of the scorecard, it's making it worse.
Dawson, bring me some more shotgun shells.
Okay, Dad.
If you need some practice, come by Southwind Clays and Quail on the Quitman Highway just past the river headed towards Quitman. With a top-notch clubhouse, a 5-stand, sporting clays range, as well as a rifle and pistol range, Southwind has what you need to succeed. World-class quail hunting is also available with some of the finest bird dogs around.
Dad sure shoots a lot.
Yeah, if he keeps this up, Mom's gonna be mad.
Why is that?
Because he's spending all Mom's shopping money on shotgun shells.
The grill might be in storage, but that's what campfires are for. And the backyard party is on hiatus, but that's because everyone is tailgating. Only the seasons change, tastes don't. And when you've got Bud Light Lime, you don't need summer to have a good time. It's the superior drinkability of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor. Look for a Bud Light Lime and find your summer state of mind anytime. It's in the lime. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Lime flavored beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Jones Welding and Industrial Supply has been serving South Georgia and North Florida for over 3 decades. With 9 locations in the South, Jones Welding and Industrial Supply is a full-line distributor for all welding and industrial supplies. The Jones mission is to provide quality products at a competitive price in order to supply the best service available. Jones Welding and Industrial Supply has built a reputation for good, honest, old-fashioned service. For a location near you, visit www.joneswelding.com. Jones Welding and Industrial Supply is a proud supporter of the Good Outdoors. Val Optics on Patterson Street in Valdosta, Georgia has been providing 1-hour service for 25 years. From eyeglass repair to eye exams conducted by one of 2 on-site optometrists, Val Optics is there for all of your eyesight concerns. There is no need for an appointment and most insurances are accepted. Val Optics also accepts outside prescriptions. So if you need eyeglass repair or an eye exam, stop by Val Optics at 601 North Patterson Street, Valdosta, Georgia. 25 years in business says it all.
So you need a car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Midway Auto Emporium at 4189 Bemis Road, Valdosta, Georgia. Cameron and Melissa Tucker has been serving the Valdosta area for over 7 years now. They are a family-owned and operated local business with hometown values and still believe in handshake deals. With a great selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, with a Carfax report on every one of them, along with bank financing at all credit levels and interest rates as low as 1.85% with approved credit. 4189 Bemis Road, or visit their website at midwayautoemporium.com.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun, talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie.
Welcome back to the Good Outdoors. This segment here is brought to you by Southwind Sporting Clays and Quail. Out Highway 84 headed towards Quitman. Go out there and see them. They got a pistol range, rifle range, everything you need out there. Quail hunting, and just perfect. Perfect place to be.
Great place to enjoy the good outdoors.
Saturday, I don't believe you could have done much out there. But,
no.
Could have went there and sat in the clubhouse, visited.
Yeah. Could have done something Saturday morning.
Yeah, Saturday morning you could have. Y'all support John Peake and the guys out at Southwind Sporting Clays and Quail. They've been a great supporter of the Good Outdoors ever since we started.
Didn't they have the 4-H shoot out there this past Saturday?
They should have had it. Don't know any results from it yet. If they were able to get it completed before the rain, they may have put it off for another weekend. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'll get with John today and we'll find out.
Keep you posted on that.
That's right.
So, I tell you, I just read some Mississippi lawmaker shot herself. That's not good. You don't hear too many women suicides, but
no, especially not with a gun.
Yeah, I know. But she shot herself. So we'll be praying for that family too. Keep her in your prayers, no matter what. I tell you, it's a tough thing when somebody takes their own life. It's a selfish act.
Yes, it is.
Not good. $338 million Powerball ticket. One ticket. One person. Or one ticket. I said it could be a group of people, I guess, but $338 million.
It wasn't me, so who cares?
No, it wasn't me. The reason you know it wasn't me is because you're hearing my voice right now.
Yeah.
If it was me, you wouldn't be hearing. You might be hearing about me, but
No,
you would not
probably
be hearing from me.
You probably still hear me screaming in Lake Park.
Yeah, but not on the radio.
No, I wouldn't be in Lake Park.
I could
It's
pay
Monday.
all
I'd
my
be wherever
bills.
I got to go to get that check.
$338 million. I could pay all my bills, and I'd have like $20 left.
Yep.
I'd be rich.
$338 million. Can you imagine that? Really? Their
Really
life
can't.
has changed forever.
Maybe.
How appropriate is it that Gonzaga, the number 1 seed, got beat by the Wichita State Shockers? They shocked Gonzaga. No doubt. I'll never trust Gonzaga again. I'll tell you that. No, they're just a bracket screw up waiting to happen right there.
Ashley Coombs chimed in this morning. He said, "Morning, guys. Boy, did it ever rain over the weekend. Radar estimates around 7 inches. That reading from the airport undoubtedly had a turkey roost on it before short period of time."
Yeah, the turkey was. That's a good point. The turkey was blocking the rain gauge.
Yesterday morning there was only yellows, reds, and oranges, and that's a bad thing. That's a lot of rain.
Yeah, you don't want to see that kind of color on your radar. Yeah, every time I turn the TV on, this is a test. I mean, this is not a test. This is the real deal. Bad stuff.
Is that what he said? This is the real deal.
Yeah.
This ain't no test, guys. Y'all cover up. This rain.
Yeah, and
find a hole.
A hailstorm hit Adel
and Nashville.
Yeah, I saw pictures on Facebook of. I mean, this the little white rocks piled up, bud.
You see Clint Guest's yard? Misty put a picture up. Man, it was
covered
up, man.
Like snow.
Yeah.
I know it got it hailed up there at Trey's, and then up there there was a picture of the Western sizzling in Adel where it was rolling off the roof and piling up under the eaves there. It was a big pile of ice there. That was bad.
Is there still a Western Sizzling open in Adel?
There sure is, and
wow.
it's a nice place to eat. It ain't Sweet Tea's barbecue, but it's all right.
That's a place to go if you want a steak.
Mm-hmm.
If you want barbecue, why would you go any other place?
Well, it was good to hear. I told Daryl Friday. Teresa called and said that she's got a lot of people coming in saying they hear the ad on the 99.5. So we appreciate it. I think we got a friend for life there at Sweet Tea's Barbecue. I know she's got a friend for life in me because that's some fine eating.
There's lots of things going on Facebook this morning. I was just looking at one. I will never complain about my job. Not that one. I was never complain about my job again. Did you see that one?
Nope.
That's a pretty good one. Evidently, it's a elephant handler, and he's having to help the elephant give birth. And it's not a pretty sight.
He's up to his waist in elephant. And I mean, when I say in elephant, I mean in elephant.
He ain't, but he's up to his waist. Is he feet first or head first?
He's head first.
No, I ain't doing that, dude. That's nasty.
Okay, boys, I'm going in.
Oh, golly, dude.
What was it? Ace Ventura Pet Detective. That was it.
Oh my gosh.
That was pretty
I've helped cows give birth, and I've been up to
you
my
didn't
elbows.
go in waist deep.
No, I ain't stuck my hand up in there. Golly, an elephant's butt.
Pretty
Good,
bad.
not alive. That's
Pretty
just
bad. Mark Eldridge, thanks for posting that here.
Yeah, we really appreciate
Well,
it.
the only good thing about that is mostly just hay.
Police academy, when the guy he's on that motorcycle and he hits the car door and goes up the horse's butt. That's a good scene there. He's walking up there in the line. He goes, "You didn't tell anybody, did you?" "No, sir, I didn't tell nobody." T3 tip of the day. Don't stick your. No, I'm just kidding. T3 tip of the day. Mosquitoes are terrible as turkey hunters or fishermen. And one good tip is before you leave the house and you get all your layers of clothes on or whatever you're wearing,
go waist deep in elephant.
Go ahead and lather down with your favorite insect repellent, Skin So Soft repellent or whatever. Go ahead and apply it then, and then reapply it when you get into the field if you're not using a Thermacell. So T3 tip of the day is wear plenty of mosquito repellent and apply it twice, once when you leave the house and once when you get there. T3 located on Perimeter Road here in Valdosta has all your needs covered for turkey season as well as other things. So go by and check them out.
Good deal. What?
Is he still looking at the elephant with the man stuck up?
No, I wasn't.
No.
Okay.
Hey, Gordon Whittington just posted a good one. I will never apologize for being an American.
Yep.
Amen, brother.
I'm not going to do it.
Amen.
Also.
Mm-hmm.
We are winding down on the wrap-up segment, folks. It's been a good morning. We've talked about a lot of things. We've covered Whiny Baby Boo Boo, the NCAA tournament. We've covered all that. I figured I'd get a reaction from somebody on that, but I don't guess I did.
And there are some Stewart fans out there. I don't dislike Stewart.
I don't like him. There's one good thing about Tony Stewart. He wears Realtree when he's in the good outdoors. I will give him that. And I just don't. I don't know.
Where did Clint Boyer? He wrecked yesterday, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was running pretty good there at once, and then he crashed out.
Crashed out.
Something happened there. Wasn't good to him.
Where are they going next? Does anybody know?
Easter. Yeah, but Easter weekend they're off. 2 weekends from now they'll be at Martinsville.
That's only 2 weekends they're off. At Mother's Day weekend and Easter weekend.
That's about it.
Yeah.
That's about all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Easter weekend. That's coming up this weekend. I know a lot of people will have some outdoor activities going on there.
That Easter egg hunting is a fine outdoor activity.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll do a little research on the origin of Easter egg hunting. That'd be a pretty good thing to check out.
You sure will.
We won't do it in the last 4 minutes of this show, but we'll get on it on a future show.
Done some purchases yesterday for Easter, for the Easter baskets and all this weekend, and got them all ready.
Getting ready for old Peter Cottontail, are you?
Got the goodies.
He gonna be hopping down the bunny trail.
Hippity hoppity. Easter's on his way.
It sure will.
Yeah, that would be a good thing to talk about, though, the origin of Easter Bunny and all that, what it has to do with Easter. Because it dates back many, many, many years ago.
I mean, the whole concept of a bunny hopping around delivering eggs is absolutely weird.
Yeah.
You think it'd be a chicken, an Easter chicken.
Well, we all know the true meaning of Easter, but
that's right.
We'll go over that too.
It's just like all of those. Somehow it gets some creature put in place, but
some fictional character,
right?
Yeah, like Christmas, you got old Santa Claus. Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, I'm going to try to get out there this morning and strike me a turkey up this morning early, right off the roost, and go ahead and get that over with before I got to go to work. But
you shooting pool over, Steve?
Huh?
What's that?
Like you shooting pool?
Yeah, I really don't know what I'm doing, honestly.
I think this wind's going to affect it a little bit. Like Steve said earlier, they may be a little closer than we think or a little further than we think, depending on which way the wind's blowing and which way he's facing.
This object may be closer than it sounds.
That's right. But I'm going to get after him and see if I can't do something, even if it's wrong.
I guarantee you there's been a lot of turkeys killed in wind like today, so it can be done. Ain't no doubt about it. It's just...
Well, the one thing about it, they can't stay up in that tree with the wind like it is today. They got to go.
Yeah, they don't like that wind too much. They'll get down and get in the woods.
It's like squirrel hunting on a windy day. You just usually don't see them running all around in the trees.
But there it is, the Good Outdoors calling my name.
It ain't just calling your names, calling all our names.
That's right.
It ain't just saying, Darryl.
But he's going to the outdoors, me and you going somewhere else.
What you going to do today, Aladdin? Nothing. N-U-T-T-I-N. Nothing.
Okay, well, that don't take long to talk about nothing.
Nope. I'm going to crack some pecans, it sounds like. Or hull some peanuts. I don't know. He's doing nothing. He's going nothing. Appreciate y'all listening this morning. We'll get out of here.
See you tomorrow.
Toodles.
You've been listening to The Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country with Steve, Darryl, and Ronnie. Join us every weekday at 4:30 when we'll do it again.